And Doug Stanhope has finally come in. We're happy to have Doug here. Good morning.
Always a treat to have Doug.
Wait, do we have somebody from AshleyMadison.com on the phone? This is a website. They took out the ad in the New York Post today to Elliot Spitzer. And they say they don't encourage online cheating, but they just make it like a marriage.
Make it easier.
Yeah, as they should. It's Darren Morgenstern is on the phone. I know I'm not doing a good job as a radio guy. I'm just kind of
You're doing terrific,
fine.
Jimmy.
Oh, thanks. I was fishing.
Let's say hi to Darren Morgenstein. What's your name? Morgenstern, right?
Morning to you.
Hey, congratulations. You got a full-page ad in the Post. It's going to get a lot of attention today there, sir.
Well, thank you very much for that.
And you advertise on the Opie and Anthony show. It's a website called AshleyMadison.com, and basically it's a website for cheaters, right?
That's correct. We cater to people who are in relationships, who are looking for that proverbial something on the side.
How does it work?
It works really like any other online dating service. You log in, you set up a free profile, you tell a bit about yourself, you talk about what you're looking for, and you browse other profiles, of course. You can post a picture in a private showcase, and when you're ready to take it up a notch, you or the other member buys a package of credits. They work like tokens. You redeem against them when you want to chat to each other.
Well, I would imagine that there's not a lot of people that would actually go on the website and try to cheat, sir.
Well, they're not really on the website cheating. You're I guess you're there, prospecting. You're looking for people who meet your criteria.
So it's like,
is there a way to list like how violent their boyfriend is, like what your risks are, what your odds are of getting beat down? Or...
Well, you certainly want to caution people that everybody that signs on to the internet lies or embellishes in some capacity. So yeah, you know.
Doug's onto something though. You see a really hot girl you want to cheat with, but she has like a red alert thing. Red alert boyfriend or slash husband could be a major problem.
Yeah, just jealous boyfriends in general that would put up their girlfriend's picture just to lure you over. You were going to bang my girlfriend, huh?
Yeah, lure you over for a good hammer beating.
That's possible, but it wouldn't stop the guys anyway.
No, you're probably right.
oof.
So
Probably make them one or more.
So credits, you buy 100 credits or like $55, which comes to a little less than, I guess, what, does almost $2 a credit. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
Yeah, about $2.40, $2.45 a credit, something like that.
So yeah, you get the credits.
You get the credits, and when you want to chat with somebody live or you want to send a mail message,
You got to use some credits.
right, you redeem against the credits, exactly.
So can you just send your phone number and your first email and bypass the system?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're not bypassing the system. If you send an email, you're using your credits.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, of course. But I mean, you're not like, you don't have to video chat if you don't want to. You don't have,
No, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but the likelihood is if you didn't spend some time fostering a relationship and closing the credibility gap, somebody's not just going to call you shot through your phone number.
I think they would, because I'll just send an email and say, call me
Just
if
to
you want
beat the
something.
system,
Yeah, if you want something big,
Guys
give me a
guys
call.
would probably call because we're dumb that way.
Yes.
But girls wouldn't call, and it's usually the guys are the
Pigs will.
the proactive pursuers.
Sir, let me correct you. Yeah, girls under 350 wouldn't call.
Right. Now, there's been a lot of talk in the last week that, guys are all about the cheating. In your experience, are just as many women cheating out there?
Definitely just as many women are cheating out there if you take into account all aspects of cheating. So if you look at affair of the mind, affair of the heart, cyber sex, then indeed as many women as men cheat. It doesn't have to always be physical.
That's the only kind I care about. My girlfriend can
to
fall
make
in love
it
with
worth
who
the
she
credits.
Wait, everyone's talking. What?
She can fall in love with whoever she wants. Just don't come home with anything I have to scrape off your back like egg whites. I don't care who you have a crush on whoever you want. Just don't take a batch. I don't want to see Similac in your hair or your eyebrows.
So you're getting a lot of people calling up your agency saying, how dare you advertise in the Post, a cheating website?
I guess we get our fair share of criticism and hate mail, of course, like any other business.
How many credits does that cost to send you hate mail?
You screwed up my marriage. Oh, cha-ching.
$2.45.
How many credits?
Venting is free.
So, are you a married man?
Yeah, I am. I'm
Mr.
married.
Grady?
Do you cheat on your wife?
I'm married 6 years.
Do you cheat on your wife?
No, don't cheat. I've cheated on girlfriends, and I've been cheated on by girlfriends, but I don't cheat on my wife.
So, God, I would think a single guy would be running this website.
I tell my girlfriend to cheat on me because I don't bang her often enough. I'm old and tired most of the time. I go, cheat, just don't tell me about it.
Did you dump her if you found
That's
she
one
cheated on you?
approach.
Hey, what does your wife think of the website?
Oh, she's cool with it. I mean, when I was doing the research on it and developing it and proving out the business model, I mean, she was around to see it for what it is. It's just, a marketing venture, the business venture to fill a niche in the marketplace.
Yeah,
a hookup site, pretty much. Yeah.
I hear there's a panic button at the top of the page. What's that about?
That's an event you're online and you're chatting or surfing away, and somebody's in close proximity, and you got to quickly change the page without logging out.
Takes you to meat spin.
Hit the panic button, and you're a whole new world.
Wow, what's the new world it takes you to? That's smart.
I think there's some rotating pages, but it might just take you to, for example, if you're at the office, it might just take you to a page where you're buying office supplies.
Great.
It's funny.
We're still
Thinking
showing
like an
laptops
Aryan
over.
website. White
that wouldn't work for me in Norton.
Yeah, you gotta get a little
switch
more
to like porn, like hardcore pornography before she'd believe it.
Yeah, you got to get a little more creative than that. Most women are not going to believe you're ordering office supplies
You're
out of nowhere.
sitting there with your pants around your ankles, looking at a stapler.
Right.
Needless to say, many people in Ashley Madison have become very proficient at typing with one hand.
Yeah. Absolutely. I certainly get that. So have you had people busted using this site where there was a problem?
Oh, yeah. People get busted all the time. I mean, people cheat. You get caught. Yep. And it's probably no different on Ashley Madison.
Do you think that guy from Cheaters trolls your site looking for business and good stories?
I don't know. I guess it's possible. I know there's been private detectives. I know people sign on. I've heard of one story of a woman signing on to check up on her spouse, and then while she was on, she became enamored with some guy and had an affair with him.
Please don't use the word
pina coladas?
Enamored.
Well, it can happen, man. I mean, look, the bottom line is the internet is really fostering cheating even more because it's so easy to get caught up in it. Like people who would just kind of stay home or not go out much, instead of on a Tuesday where you got to stay home because you got to get up, they could be talking to 6 different people at once.
Yeah.
In IM chat. So it really does make it a lot easier.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, it's the anonymity the internet provides and online dating services provide. For sure, that does provide that veil or that comfort to let you go out there and be who you want to be. Let women be the proactive aggressors. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. I thought we were going to talk to Ashley Madison.
Yeah, who's Ashley Madison?
Not some dude.
There's no, unfortunately, there's no Ashley Madison. There should be by now, but there's no Ashley Madison.
Okay,
it's just fictitious at this point.
Hey, look, it's a lot easier to remember than Darren. No offense, but DarrenMorgenstern.com would not have gotten a lot of business.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ashley Madison's much easier to remember.
He just took 2 stripper names, pretty much, and put them together.
All right, sir. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you for advertising on this program, too.
A pleasure. Thank you, too. All the best.
Good luck.
Big ad in the New York Post today. Let's say hi to Barry on Long Island. Barry!
Hey.
Hey!
First of all, you guys make my job so much easier. I have to wake up at 6 and watch. I'm a private eye, and I do marital work, so I'm going to say that guy's way off. It's like twice as many women cheat on their men as men cheat on their women. It's insane. I'm actually watching a wife right now.
I don't know.
Really?
I think maybe because you're hired by husbands, but then I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that twice as many women are cheating on guys.
I would bet twice as many women carry on a relationship where a guy would, dumps and leaves.
Right. Maybe, yeah.
I mean, this is just my experience. I mean, most people don't think that. I mean, but all my cases, like at least 2/3 of them are women.
Well,
it's like guys get either guys are more jealous or just women cheat more.
What's the case you're on?
A woman's not going to go into an Oriental, rub joint during lunch hour, have a martini, and then get tugged down and right back to work.
You're right.
So. This last lady I did had like 3 male escorts. It was intense.
Yeah, but the majority of women, to kind of, Doug is right. Women don't just...
Barry, why don't you shut up so we can have a conversation with you?
Barry's one of those little OCDs. He's got to finish his thought. Women don't hike up their skirt in prostitute-ridden areas and be serviced real quick and then go home to their husbands. It's just a different ballgame, but they carry on relationships more.
Yeah. Now, what is the case you're looking at right now, Barry?
I can't tell you, man. That'll mess up everything.
What kind of case? What's give us? What are you going to say?
Give us a broad stroke.
Yeah. Don't be no details.
We don't need names and addresses.
All right, fine. I'm on Long Island, and I'm watching for this lady to come out of work. So
What
I
address?
Can find out.
You're waiting for her to come out of work?
Yeah, no, out of her house.
Oh, out of her house?
Or see if she goes to work.
What's her
see
name?
if she goes to work.
What's her husband's name?
What does she drive?
Down to public.
So what? The husband thinks she's not going to work, that she's going somewhere else?
Yeah. Like
Hey, do you want me and Norton to put on hot pants and go hang around like entrapment? Like try to entrap her? One nut hanging out of some Daisy Duke standing by the mailbox?
Outside of
Hey, little
7-Eleven
lady.
or something?
Hey, little lady. Hey, how much do you charge an hour, Barry?
I'm not telling you that either.
Why is that a secret? How much you charge an hour?
$100 plus expenses, like Mannix.
Yep.
You're the worst businessman
1970
ever.
prices.
You could have got a lot of business today.
Yeah, but why is that a secret? How much you charge? I'm curious how much a private detective charges.
All right, what's the most you ever made? I'll
Most
put it
I've
in
ever
a,
made?
yeah.
I made a couple thousand over a couple of days.
Why are we having this discussion? He's not giving up any information. Just click.
Barry, you're better at just watching.
He's not
you're
giving
you're not
anything.
good at conversing. You're a better watcher
Yeah,
than.
it's like, how much do you make? I'm not going to tell you that. Why? I don't know your real name.
Let's go to Staten Island and say hi to John. John's in the same business. John, what's up? Maybe we get a little more from John.
How's everything going, guys?
Good. I hope your website is better than Barry.com. Hold on, I just pulled a back muscle.
No, that was
Swinging
good.
and missing.
That was funny. I like that one.
Let's go, John.
Hey, how's everything, guys? How's it
Good,
going?
man.
Right.
Great. Listen, I do the same job. It's 80% of my work is women cheating on their husbands.
Because the husbands come hire you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get
What's
the money
that?
and the jealousy.
Yeah, the women don't have access to bank accounts.
Right.
Who are you kidding?
Exactly.
They can't hire a PI.
They'd love to hire you, but they're too busy trying to get a stain out of those undershorts. I'll hire him as soon as I dice up these tomatoes.
Where's a broad going to get money to hire a PI?
Absolutely.
Listen,
Her food budget.
catching women coming out of
food
hotels.
Budget.
Why can't you guys wait to talk?
So how much do you charge an hour?
Now he
What's
doesn't
that?
want.
How much do you charge an hour?
We get $75 an hour.
And what your average work day
Cheap.
will be, how many hours would you put into each individual case? I know it can vary.
Oh, it's got to be about 14 hours, 16 hours a day.
Oh, my God. You guys don't play games. That's a lot of money.
And you think that women cheat more than guys too?
I'm telling you, it's 80% of the business. 80%.
Yeah, but that's not accurate as to who's cheating more. It's accurate as to who's hiring private detective more.
Well, that's the truth also, but that's where the work is coming from.
Yeah.
We're catching the women coming out of the hotels,
What
hand in hand.
What percentage of women you are that you go after are actually guilty, and what percentage are not guilty? Because some guys are just paranoid.
Now, I would say about 75% of the women are guilty.
And how many?
I've had pictures.
I'm sorry.
I've had pictures of women coming out with guys from hotels, changing cars. You could tell when they're cheating also. If they're going in and out of cars, they know that you're following them.
You're sure they're not delivering sandwiches?
Short for enterprise.
That's what they're delivering.
Hey,
That's what they're delivering.
how long? You said 75 an hour for like 15 hours. That's a lot of money. It's over $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
So would you say how many days are you usually on a case?
It depends. Sometimes they put you on 3 days a week, 2 days a week. You start out early in the morning. You follow them through the day.
How hot is that? I would imagine there's a hotness to your job where you see these women coming out of hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever get busted? Did you ever get made, so to speak?
Oh yeah. You get made because it's hard to follow somebody without them, especially if they're cheating. They got enough.
Oh, they're looking.
Somebody's following them.
Yeah.
They're in and out of lanes. They're going up in and out of buildings.
And what's your job? What's your job? To get a picture of her?
To get a picture of her, yeah. That's basically what it is.
You ever use the old hole in the taillight gag?
No. You got to break the tail light.
Yeah, if you put even a little like a hole in the taillight, you can.
A little business. You must either you're out there cheating, all right. You're out there doing a little work on the side.
I used to dabble in a little investigation myself.
What's the whole thing all about?
It's easier to follow somebody if you put a little hole in their taillight because then you get that big white glare out of there when they're driving and when they step on the brake. So it distinguishes them from the rest of the traffic on the road.
So you puncture a hole in the taillight or something?
Yeah, pop a little hole in their taillight lens in the in the red part of the lens.
How much the guy is paying? If he's paying well, then you'll take that chance. If he's not paying that well, you don't take the chance.
Well, a hole in the taillight seems a little risky.
It's an enjoyable job. I'll tell you what, I'll send you guys some pictures.
So, all right. I don't think
you're having a good time.
I don't know why I was trying to talk.
Yeah, I suck on the radio.
They're so lonely. No one talks. They just sit in the car all day with coffee breath, having to take a dump.
Coffee and cigarette breath. You're sitting there not talking to anyone for 15 hours, so you get a chance to be on the radio, and it's like, yip.
So chatty.
Like truckers.
All right, guys, later.
Take
All
care.
right, we failed again. Let's go to Rihanna in Queens. Rihanna.
Liana.
What?
Rihanna.
With an L.
Oh, Liana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Liana.
Liana, what's up?
What's up? How are you guys?
Good.
She got that smoking voice.
I think you guys are completely wrong. Yeah, I got guts. I got big balls for a girl.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Wait, not like
I'm
that.
sure we've
Not
met.
like that. Not like that. Not like that. Completely straight, guys. But I just think, like, I got guts. You're right. I just think that you guys are completely wrong saying that women have no right or have no access to a man's bank account.
No one's saying that.
Rihanna, how stupid are you that you took that as a fact? It's called a joke, you dummy.
We're not saying that.
I'm not dumb. I'm serious.
Listen,
And
Cookie.
I'm serious, too. You are dumb.
I think that's a good generalization.
We basically said women don't have access to a man's bank account, and this dumb broad is believing that is a fact.
I'm not blonde.
No.
I'm not blonde.
All we're saying is this.
Jesus.
We're saying that,
Whatever. I gave you guys something to laugh about early in the morning.
sweetie, listen. All we're saying, we already have that. It's called the governor of New York. All we're saying is this.
Yeah, we don't need Leanna from Queens.
What? Doesn't even know of the story.
We're not saying that women don't have.
funny,
All right,
be
you keep
quiet.
talking. Am I not here every time I try to talk?
I don't know what's wrong with the
She
list.
said, "I'm funny. Be quiet."
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. You be funny. I apologize, Leanna. Go ahead. Go.
You guys. I'm really hooked on your show.
Thank you.
All right.
I watch you. I listen to you guys all the time. You guys are great.
Are you a New Yorker?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm a New Yorker, but I work in Jersey.
Oh, cool. Way to work your way up.
What? I'm a hairstylist in training, so send your people my way.
Where do you work? Port Newark?
What?
She
No,
cuts
I'm
dock
sorry, I don't
workers' hairs.
What?
Ugh, I hate you.
I kind of like her.
I'm really, really cute. Shut up. You don't hate me. I'm like freaking adorable as hell.
Are you really MySpace me? I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
let's
I'll
see your
give you an
MySpace
opinion.
page, and then we'll be the judges.
Go. My name is Liana. Go look for me.
Go look for you.
Go look
What?
for you. What, you're the only Liana on MySpace?
Dumbc.com.
Ha ha ha. You guys are so funny.
What's your MySpace page?
I don't know. Just my name's on it. I don't know how to work it.
What? Well, like, what is it? MySpace / what?
Liana, maybe?
Liana, maybe.
Liana, maybe.
No, I
All
didn't-
right,
I
punch in
didn't make-
Liana, maybe. Let's see if we come up with anything.
I didn't make a user or URL or whatever it's called. I didn't make one of those.
How old a girl are you?
What?
How old are you?
22, but I'm never on the computer.
22, reading level of a
No.
4-year-old.
Comes up at 25-year-old.
No, that's not even funny.
Well, that's what it comes up. Some 25-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, that's not you. Then
No,
Liana.
that's not, I'm really, really, really cute. I'm really, really cute. It's
All right,
disgusting how cute I am.
All right, we get it.
Keep saying
You're
that.
cute.
Interesting.
How can we see you?
What's your URL at ashleymadison.com?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go sign up. Make sure I put my pictures up.
All right. I want to like her more than I do.
Wait, who am I speaking to?
Oh, my God. You are as dumb as they come.
Oh, man.
We got
fantastic.
We got a dummy on the line.
I love her.
No, I'm not dumb. I'm really funny.
Where do you live in New York?
In Queens.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We're out. Let's say hi to John in Minnesota. John, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, I was just thinking, the reason this is coming back like 80% of females are cheating and whatnot or whatever, it's like women have affairs, guys just cheat. I mean, the guys do it the smart way.
No, you're right,
You
Doug.
know,
Doug's sitting here like, I kind of said that. Hello.
Yes, and also
that's being said a lot in the last week, that men are just looking to get their nut off, and women are looking for relationships.
Right.
Something a little deeper.
And men have to hire people to follow women because women can
just aren't smart about the whole situation, right? I mean, I live in a town of 2,500.
Jimmy just threw his headphones off his head in disgust, in utter disgust, because for some reason the past 4 callers or so have jumped in as he was in the middle of saying something.
Like, even if I'm trying to have like a back and forth and just make a point.
Yeah.
It's like a stampede of just verbal, dull buffalo running over everything. Not that I was going to say anything earth-shattering. They're probably actually making the show more interesting. All right. Now you should talk. And they don't know when to talk when they should. They take long pauses.
Hello?
Hello.
There you go.
All right, let's say
this is horrid caller day.
Let's go to Paul in Brooklyn. Paul.
Yeah, how you doing? First off, the 4 minutes you talked to Liana from Queens was enough, right there to tell you, men, just the voice. You can't take that. I had a woman that she insisted the man was gay. The man was fooling out other women. He was gay. He was bi, whatever. So we followed the guy around. He was a contractor on Long Island for about 3 or 4, maybe 4.5 days.
Yeah.
He was playing cards. He was avoiding her. He was in an auto body shop playing cards. He was hanging out at Home Depot with 5 guys watching her class. He was doing anything he could to avoid her. I told her I couldn't take her money anymore. Beautiful woman, just the voice, the nagging, the constant hounding.
He's telling her he's cheating on her. I'm having an affair. Women are just you got private investigators following women, and they got pictures of them trying to read the new guy poetry and stuff. It's like, can't I just bang you? I want someone to talk to.
Absolutely. Did it for a short period of time. I don't really believe in it. You know what? It wasn't my kind of thing, but I did it for a while. I was on the outside looking in, and not for me. You're gonna get nailed. You're gonna get nailed. Do your thing.
All right.
That's it. Hey, love you guys. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Mike in New Hampshire. Mike, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? The problem is that the statistics are off because these guys are not getting caught. They're smooth like me. You got to clear out the cell phone. All right, Jimmy, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Excellent toss. Thank you, sir. And what's happening is the women are probably, like Doug has said brilliantly, doing more affair things, so their patterns become the same. They get sloppy. The guys start to see the pattern. Yeah. And they just truck along. They're fishing around all day with that food budget, trying to get the tuna sandwiches made.
Budget.
Yeah,
do people still have a budget?
Yes, they do. They're allotted a certain amount of money because they don't know what to do with it. They'll just buy hair products and go to the parlor and waste the food budget.
2.5 hours of that obligatory, I really shouldn't do this. Like they're in 4th grade and getting a second base, and I should really be home. My husband's probably getting a little bit, temptation.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, we got to take a break. We got Doug Stanhope on the show today. He's playing Caroline's here in New York City, right? Starting tonight there, Doug?
Yeah, tonight through Sunday.
Awesome. 212-757-4100 to get your tickets for Doug Stanhope at Caroline's all weekend long. Opie and Anthony, Doug Stanhope in studio today.
Good morning.
Bunch of people noticing that you sound very clear and with it today. They're like, please don't tell us that you're drug-free.
No, it might be the drugs. I took a couple of Xanax around midnight, so maybe it's the drugs that make me sound calm and together. And
here's one of them.
I did quit smoking, though.
Oh, right.
Yeah?
Finally. Yeah, 3 months.
Oh, that's
How
good.
do you feel?
I don't feel a lot better. I'm getting wicked fat, which I didn't even know because I took 2 months off the road so I could do it. I could never quit and have to work. So I didn't even notice I was getting fat because I was laying around in sweatpants or pajamas most of the time. And it wasn't until I put on I had a hard time finding pants that would button without laying down like a girl. It's really gross. I've never been like
with a
fat
coat
before
hanger
like that.
trying to pull up the zipper. Yeah, Doug sounds like he is completely drug-free. Say it ain't so. Joe is saying that on instant feedback. So.
No, I'm still out there. I'm still in the game. I'm more of a relief player. Not starting line anymore.
All right, very good. Hey, we got to give props to our pal Sean Hannity today.
Oh, yeah.
He gave us a little mention on his nationally syndicated radio show yesterday. This is how it went down.
Jason, Des Moines, Iowa. Hey, Jason, our big FM talker. What's going on, buddy?
Thanks for having me on your show. Just want to give you a quick background on me. I'm a blogger in Iowa, and I go on the radio a couple times a month here on your local affiliate.
Yeah.
98.3 WOW FM.
WOW FM, yes, sir.
And just discussed politics.
Not to be misinterpreted
like
with Opie and Anthony's WOW, by the way, for those in New York that know what I'm talking about. Well, they've got these stickers all over New York, and it's for Opie and Anthony, and I go on their show every once in a while, and it's called Whip 'em Out Wednesdays. And it's not exactly the same thing.
I think Sean Hannity likes Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Who wouldn't?
I mean, he can't openly say, oh, my God, it's the greatest radio promotion ever.
Yeah.
But you can tell by just how he kind of was talking about it that I think he likes the idea.
Sean Hannity, or as I like to call him, client number 10.
Ah.
Wow, what a scandal that would be.
That would be bigger than Governor Spitzer.
It
right?
would be pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the WOW stickers out there? I don't get to drive as much anymore because I live here in New York City.
I drive around.
You see them out there?
Yep, a lot of them.
After vacation, we got to bring WOW back big time.
Mm-hmm.
We really got.
You guys are big with the cops in my town, in Bisbee, Arizona. All the cops listen to you guys.
We support the cops a lot on this show.
All the time, every time Butters comes up,
Butters.
They find out because all the cops go to the garage that his dad runs.
Yeah,
and they tell him about it and then bust his balls. So
I've gotten like MySpace messages from Butters. Like MySpace messages me.
Yeah, Butters is just one of Doug Stanhope's pals. Well, actually, stalkers, right?
No, he's just a little closeted gay kid in the small town I live in.
And he insists he's not, but he just is.
Yeah.
You just tell.
Yeah, it falls out of him.
Well, if he lives in a small town, I would imagine he can't just admit that he's gay. That would not be good for him.
Yeah, no, he just draws little anime figures of himself, romancing other little anime figures.
That's pretty sick.
Pepper.
Yeah.
That's pretty gay.
Yeah. It's sad, but
it must be like pretty lonely for him, I bet. Trying to hook up in a small Arizona town with another gay person of the same gay ilk.
Anytime like a buddy of mine that's been on my message board that talks to him comes to town, I have to like bring him to see the actual Butters because as like a curiosity, he goes, "No, he's really like he's worse than he seems on the message board."
He's a little weirdo.
Yeah.
He's
lovable.
Let's go to Doreen in Jersey. Doreen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
You guys are a little off on the stereotypes, making the assumption that men are out there just doing their thing on the side and women all want these long, loving affairs. I know plenty of women that are just in it for the sex as well.
It's a generalization that holds true. No, not every woman. Yeah, there are whores that will just take it and leave, but,
but for the most part,
they're not the majority.
But for the most part, women are looking for something a little different.
Did you say whores?
Yeah.
And men are what?
Whores
smart,
too.
Gentlemen.
And creators of everything.
Yeah.
Whore is not a negative. Don't ever take that. It's
an endearing term.
It is. Whores always win. Watch Eliminate.
So, Doreen, you're out there trying to get sex, and that's all you want?
No. I got plenty of sex with the person I'm with. I'm just saying that I travel on business all the time. I have plenty of friends. I know a lot of women who are just on the road doing their thing on the side, and the men are no wiser. And it's certainly not about, everyone's got to get their thing on. And then, I'm not done. A little more venting. That got me so fired up. The whole bank account thing, a lot of us women have our own bank account.
Holy crap. How dumb are the women listening to the show today? We're going to tear down a wall for you. We're making a joke.
No, I got your joke.
Do you honestly think we're sitting here thinking that women don't have their own bank accounts?
No, but I got to represent us women.
Well, I think a lot of you don't. A lot of times you're spoiled at home. And, your husband lets you have a little savings account, maybe. We throw a few dollars in there.
Pin money.
A ceramic pig that you put change in.
A ceramic pig. No, we're not saying that you don't after you wash the lettuce and do a few things like that to have a little bank account of your own. We're not saying that you don't have any accounts.
You look for sales at the supermarket so you can keep some of the food money. Yeah, we understand. You do what you can to save a little under your mattress.
Yeah, you buy the the not name brands. So you're skimping from the food budget.
No frills.
Yeah, no frills.
Save a few pennies.
Just a white box of
generic
macaroni.
cornflakes.
Yeah, pulling out your supermarket card. Here, I have the card.
What are you saying, Doreen?
I got nothing.
In the bank.
And in the brain.
That's right. But you get a lot in that in the ice box, don't you? Sorry, I'm just doing the same thing.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
All right, let's say hi to Rain in Seattle. Get it?
Collect the UPC codes that you can cash in for a private investigator.
Rain, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
Hi.
What's up, Rain?
I'm a long-time listener, and I have to get up at 3 o'clock to listen to you guys.
Ugh. I wouldn't even do that. What I do.
I just want to tell Jimmy that here in Seattle area, I'm doing lunchtime special. The sex people, they have $50 lunch special.
You ever talk about the space shuttle?
No, the prostitute
special
people, the sex worker. The sex worker, they have $50 special for Jimmy.
I'll be in Seattle in a couple weeks. I'll be in Seattle in a couple weeks, actually. I did not know that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And Anthony, when you say good morning to most people, say Seattle too. So I feel left out up here by myself.
Was I in charge of picking the cities we say good morning to? I thought just a good morning covered it. Apparently not.
No, you say Buffalo in New Zealand, but never Seattle. I feel offended.
We say Buffalo.
I'm playing
and
Buffalo
New Zealand.
coming up. Just use any segue to make a plug.
I know.
Hello?
Rain.
Hello?
Oh, my God. All right.
People either are taking much too long or much too short. They have to adjust themselves.
Why don't we do the story of the day? You thought it was Governor Spitzer, but
no.
We got a woman stuck on a toilet seat for 2 years.
Yeah, I saw that one.
How does this happen?
She must have lovely roids.
I get a girlfriend that's has mental illness, so you could see where someone.
What you got?
Well, she's bipolar schizoaffective. She's not the kind that would sit on the toilet for 2 years. You can see, how people could be that nuts and just refusing to come, like agoraphobic to the degree where I'm not leaving the bathroom. I'll just sit here and eat. And
well, someone has to bring her food.
Her boyfriend was bringing her food, and she'd say, "Maybe I'll come out tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow," for 2 years.
But the thing is,
how did she sleep for 2 years?
Yeah, wouldn't she get chilly?
What
does he do? Hold it?
You ever sleep on a plane?
Not for 2 years.
Not for 2 years. Yeah, maybe.
Put my pants down.
Well, that's what her ass grew around the seat. That's why they had to pry the toilet seat off.
You ever see when a tree grows into a sign and it just keeps growing and kind of engulfs the sign on the side of the road? That's what happened with her ass and the toilet seat.
Did she adjust it all?
I don't know.
Here's the
I have
story.
an ingrown seat.
I get baby fawn legs if I've been on the bowl for more than 10 minutes. You get up and you look like one of those little baby fawns
on the ice.
Yeah, your legs are all shaky or numb.
Trying to walk on ice.
And you're getting pins and needles.
She finally had to get up because she realized she's read every book ever written. She's read every newspaper in the country ever. Time to get up. 2 years.
She's down to the Bible. And all right, I'll call it quits.
Here's the story.
There's an unbelievably horrible story in Kansas. A woman in Wichita spent 2 years inside the bathroom in her boyfriend's mobile home. By the time her boyfriend finally called for help, police say 35-year-old Pam Babcock was on the toilet so long her body had stuck to the seat.
She has a fear of coming out. Most of her fear from coming out is her relatives. She don't want to see them. She's afraid if she comes out, she will see them.
Corey McFerrin tells the AP he just recently decided his girlfriend needed medical attention. Officials say the woman's skin had actually grown around the toilet seat and her legs were atrophied from disuse.
This is a hell of a boyfriend, huh?
Wow.
You decide after 2 years to get her help?
I think she needs help.
Why don't you just yank her out of the bathroom? Just get out of there.
How long was he going? You done in there? Jesus.
And it's a mobile home. I'm assuming they don't have 2 bathrooms.
No.
Where every day he'd walk in and she'd yell, I'm in here. And he'd go, I know. I
Of
know.
course you are.
At this point, I know.
Yeah, where did he go?
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell?
Back porch.
When he'd kiss her, it would never be totally unspoken. He would probably straddle her legs and sit on her lap while they kissed on her turnip root stupid legs. On those atrophied legs.
Oh,
Pile she must have.
those curled up wicked witch legs.
We had to break the toilet seat away from the stool and take her in with the toilet seat stuck to her.
Babcock's boyfriend said the two had a normal relationship, except that it all happened in the bathroom.
I told her whether she walked.
This can't be real. This has to be like
They had
that
a normal
other story.
relationship, except that she was stuck in the bathroom. How do they have sex?
Did he bring Christmas presents in there?
Right. And how do they have sex if it was a normal relationship?
Well, they
She was
probably
stuck
didn't,
to
but
the
it's
toilet
normal.
seat.
Yeah, how do you pull that off?
Well,
Friends said the two had a normal relationship, except that it all happened in the bathroom.
I told her whether she walks or rolls out of that hospital, she's going to be home with me, and I'm going to take care of her.
Babcock has an infection in her legs that has damaged her nerves, and she may wind up in a wheelchair. The couple has been together for 16 years, but investigators are considering charges against McFerrin for not getting his girlfriend help sooner.
charges for what?
Yeah,
she doesn't want to sit there.
Yeah, she eats a lot of rice.
The water probably just all evaporated out. The bowl. That is kind of handy to just be there all the time. But I think everything else becomes inconvenient. Like the going to the bathroom part, very convenient.
You're just looking at the towel rack for 2 years.
Until the toilet overflows. Then I guess then that's the only way you wash that side.
Yeah, you just got to throw a bunch of toilet paper in, clog it up. Can't give it a few flushes. Oof.
Yeah, can you imagine what it smelled like?
Oh,
Just
no.
there.
No.
What the hell did you do in
fire.
there for 2 years?
She was probably, she had to be, was she a big fatty? I'm thinking for it to grow over the toilet seat like that. Or no, I guess it didn't have to be. You could just kind of.
Maybe she just ate a lot of cheese.
I want to see that.
For the first, 3 or 4 months,
See
you're
what
still
that looks
moving
like.
around the toilet seat. When does it come to the point where you're officially stuck to the damn
You
thing?
just, one day you try to shift
And you're like,
you can't
uh-oh.
move and go, oh, I grew to the toilet seat.
Why don't you get up? If you're going to stay in the bathroom, why don't you just at least stand up? Walk around a minute, shake it off. Close the lid.
Yeah, get some blood to the legs. That is bizarre. Let's say hi to Randy from Boston. She's a girl listening on BCN. Randy, what's up?
Hey guys, I'm just why do you take calls from these women who only want to bust your balls on the radio? Honestly,
Oh,
like,
I don't
they
know.
because we are a stereotype for the most part. Like that's where stereotypes come from. I totally get that. I'm in a committed relationship. I'd be pissed if my boyfriend's cheating on me. I'm not out on the road looking for sex, but at the same time, these other women just need to shut up. There are always exceptions. Don't bring me into this and pretend like you're speaking for everybody else.
Yep.
You're exactly the way you said.
That's why they take calls from women who bust their balls, because if you agree, then it leads to nothing like this.
And, hey, if you have somebody who's agreeing with you all the time, you get to do some pretty good stuff. So,
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Randy. Let's say hi to Tom on Long Island. Tom, what's up?
What's going on, guys? How
Hey.
you guys doing this morning?
All right.
Hey, that relationship, she's in the bathroom, that's like the best relationship in the world. You kidding me?
Yeah, until you have to take a dump.
Okay, well, that's what her house is for. I go to the other trailer park.
Sorry, Tom, you're out.
I'm going to Mastic. Bye, guys.
Jeez. These callers are really bad today.
Oh, they're awful.
It's just I guess some days are just like that. Where the callers just stink.
It's amazing.
You people suck today on the phones.
Let's go to Australia. Hopefully we can get a good call from Australia. Steven, what's up?
Halfway around the world.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Steven.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
I had some of that Shiraz last night. That's some good stuff.
The Yellowtail?
No, I was drinking another bottle. My wine guy recommended. Very good stuff. I can't remember the name, though.
Right.
But I had some of that last night. Oh, very good.
Very
I like
nice.
that Shiraz. But, boy, just turns your whole mouth purple.
Yeah. I already got bad enough teeth.
You just need purple teeth now.
Oh no, you guys have got some of the stuff going on over there.
Over there.
Over there.
What do you got, eh?
Well, no, seriously, you guys have some of the best beers going on, like imported from everywhere that we don't get over here.
We're done talking about booze.
What do you want to talk about then?
Kangaroos.
Kangaroos. Wallabies.
Yeah. Are they in the office buildings? Pandas in your seat?
That's
you
just
shoe
what,
a panda?
That's just what I picture.
Or a koala? A shoe.
Steven.
Shoe. You got to shoo him off your chair every day.
You got to shoe a guy with a big knife chasing an alligator. Oh, my.
Oh, a didgeridoo.
Fine instrument.
Did you guys pick up on the fact that Steven, who called from Australia, goes, so what do you guys want to talk about? Now, in my life, when I call someone, I don't go, hey, so what do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
I usually have
something.
a point to my phone call.
Yeah, especially if they're on the other side of the world.
Right.
Yeah, you might want to have a reason to call.
If you're calling my point, so I'm just going to happily oblige to all the things that you want to talk about right now.
The didgeridoo. We want to obsessively talk about this instrument for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, why didn't this ever really take off?
Listen to it.
Sounds like that woman in the bathroom.
It's not worthwhile.
Huh?
You're taking the piss about something that's not worthwhile.
What is that, a dingo in your place? Every Australian stereotype.
About the differences between our countries or something like that.
All right, the shape.
Start there.
Just starting.
Differences currently.
I know nothing about your politics down there, really your cities, anything like that. I just know there's a lot of dirt.
It's John
and then on
Howard,
the coast.
Right? Is it Howard, your prime minister, or your head guru?
Well, we've just gotten a new prime minister.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
And he's just about as much of an arse as the one that was before him.
All right, so we'll see we agree there that our leaders are stupid. Very good.
I know there's one of them that's a Stanhope down there, John Stanhope, right?
Really?
Nice.
No relation?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not the prime minister.
No, but he's some whatever.
Do you know Corey?
Headhunter.
Yeah, I know Corey. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
You know Corey, cool.
So,
do you know Fred?
Yeah, I know Fred. I got a good friend,
Yeah.
Fred.
Ah, yeah.
We call him
Fred's a
Stork,
good friend
though.
of mine as well.
So did you ever mule heroin into Indonesia? That's a popular thing for the Aussies.
And so, what do you guys think of the politics that's going on in your place currently?
Oh, just the whole thing.
We don't want to even touch on that
Don't
subject.
go there.
Oh,
Really?
it's all about what's going on in my country.
Scandalous.
All right, Stephen. We're trying. We can't make anything of your phone call.
Halfway around the world.
We tried a few different angles, and it just didn't go anywhere.
You know the technology that's being used right now for this?
Yeah.
For this.
It didn't get people. It got noticed by people. Fast Freddy, especially Jamaican Station. 98% of your audience has a weed guy. Anthony has a wine guy, and then he calls you the Q word.
What queer?
Hey, Stephen.
Yeah,
You can say that.
We were done with you.
There is no way we have to say the Q word.
No, of course not.
Queer is good.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Because it's unusual. It's weird.
Especially when screaming it at a car window angrily.
I didn't mean I have a personal wine guy. The liquor store I go to.
You call him the wine guy.
It's they specialize in wines, and it's the guy behind the counter. So it's easier to say the wine guy, my wine guy. Walk in there. He knows me. So I like buying bottles of wine.
Wine is what I drink on the nights where I'm not drinking tonight.
Yeah, that's
wine.
when you're not drinking.
Yeah.
You have a little wine.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jason in Delaware. I might be onto something, by the way, Jimmy. Talk to Jason.
Jace?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hi. Okay.
Oh my God.
What's up, Jace?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Cool. How you doing? You want to talk about something?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment about the girl being on the can for 2 years.
Okay, feel free.
Now you said...
what do you want to say about her?
Well, you said...
See how that hurts? All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You said the grew around her ass. Now, you telling me she never lifted up her cheeks to wipe, so she just went back to front for 2 years?
I do think that's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, okay.
I mean, I like
I
it.
didn't want to like it.
No. She looks like she was riding on the hood of a racing car. Get it? Sorry. I want to hear that didgeridoo again. That's the sound you hear as you kill yourself. Stupid instrument.
Her vagina wore blackface.
Dragon Force there.
Yeah, we... All right.
All right, thanks. Again, proving the callers today.
Well,
there's something just wrong in the atmosphere. Are there sunspots or something?
I might be honest. Give Tim the microphone over there. Tim, the rhythm of the show absolutely blows today, and it has something to do with the phone calls.
As far as the phones go, yeah.
Let me ask you something. Now, come over here to the board.
You want me to come over there?
Yeah, and to use Jimmy's mic. What would prevent the callers from hearing Lil Jimmy Norton?
Good luck.
That
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh. Was there a funny button? Was there a funny button that wasn't pushed?
Yeah, there was a button that wasn't pushed down the entire show.
That
and
explains
I just noticed
it.
What?
What happened?
What, Tim?
Jimmy was popped out of audition.
No, these buttons don't pop out of audition ever.
Popped out.
I just noticed, Jimmy. I'm really sorry, but
That's fine.
I only noticed literally 30 seconds to a minute ago that this button right here was like that. If it was like that, I think the callers would have heard you the entire morning.
I want to know who the people were that were actually answering Jimmy then. Like they couldn't hear him.
Well, they were hearing Jimmy through the other microphones that are on in the studio. Sure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let me see if this is what's going on now. Let's say hi to JT in Virginia. JT.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear Jimmy loud and clear now?
Hi.
No, I can't hear him.
What happened?
How about now? Can you hear me now, JT?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Loud and clear?
Yeah, he's loud and clear, yep.
How about now?
Yep.
Now?
I want to know if
right, you go ahead.
that guy in the morning when he goes to go to the bathroom, he is told to go out go to the bathroom.
How was that
Hey,
not
wait a
checked
second, I got
before the
one
show?
more.
It messed up, dude.
I'm not going to punch out. Listen, hold on.
He's riding it in.
Did you know your new governor is going to be a
How is that
It's
not
not-
checked?
It pretty much wrecked the entire show today. And it's just buttons that should be all set when we get in here. But they insist that other guys share the studio with us.
It's just the guest situation. Not you. We've had people that are supposed to be coming in that are not coming in. It's the third one in a row. Just come on, man. We're supposed to have Doug.
Hey,
today.
I'm here. We're all here. Let's make the best of it.
Yeah, boy, Doug. You're right.
That's it.
Doug's right.
No, Doug, you have noticed that things are a little different today, too. Let's be honest.
No, I don't know how they normally are. You might hate each other. I don't know. Things might have gone awry.
And is A supposed to be pushed down, too? Because it's not. A is pushed down across the board except for on Jimmy's pot. Not for Jimmy? Okay, that's fine, but the audition was not fine. Huh?
Jimmy's mic's in B.
All right, but the audition should have been pushed down, right? And that could have been the problem with the phones?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
And that could have been somebody else who was in the studio.
Yes.
Good. That's
well,
good.
why would they be pushing little Jimmy Norton's buttons down?
Well, pushing
Why don't they
Jimmy's
just put him
buttons.
in another studio? I don't get it.
Who the F is in charge of this place?
What are they doing?
Was my button up or down when I plugged my Caroline's date this week?
Well, she's not here anymore.
What's that Tracy decision? Well, get the jocks back to the tiny closet. That's all they need is a little closet to play their little tunes.
It's not even to be a dick. It's just we had 2.5 hours. But that should have been checked before the show anyway. That's not the other jock's fault.
All right. Doug Stanhope's going to be at Caroline's here in New York City tonight through what? Yeah, exactly. Sunday, 212-757-4100. Go. With Jim Norton and Doug Stanhope in studio today. Jimmy's a bit annoyed. I'm a bit annoyed. How do you go a whole show not knowing that Jimmy can't hear phone calls? It's mind-boggling. We're in the number one freaking radio market in the country. And no one is running this place. No one. Look, I don't like bosses in general, but how about you at least get somebody to take a look at this joint and see what's going on?
And how about guests come in when they're supposed to?
What guest blew us off today?
I don't know if he blew us off. It was Michael K. Williams, who's Omar from The Wire. He's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He would have done a phone. He's in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
And HBO, they said, wouldn't pay for his travel because The Wire's over. Fine. They should have paid for it because you just help sell DVDs.
Yeah, he's still selling stuff.
Yeah, don't they make some money off the DVDs?
Yeah,
because a lot of people are just starting to discover The Wire, like myself. And
is it done, or is
the
it?
series is over. It's the best series. The best series.
That's what I never get into it, but every series, Deadwood. I was so into Deadwood. I thought it was the best show I've ever seen.
Well, they just take them off.
Yeah.
I hate that.
They left it as a cliffhanger for the last season, which they never did. So, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love it. So I guess you just got to try to figure it out in your own head.
It's awful.
Yeah. So it might be one of those things, you know. It's kind of mind-boggling that HBO wouldn't pay for a trip to New York so they could be, so Omar could be on a huge radio show.
Yeah, but it might have been his people. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, we were supposed to have Jamie Hector in, one of the leads from The Wire. And we had a couple guys in that were great, but he canceled last minute. And then Meatloaf. I'm just
stupid
tired
Meatloaf.
of problems with
the Meatloaf thing was a debacle.
That's a pretty pricey ticket from Harrisburg, though.
No easy way to get from Harrisburg to New York? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe he didn't have a passport.
Isn't Harrisburg? I think we could see it. We're up high enough here in Manhattan that I think we could see Harrisburg in the distance.
About 3 hours.
Yeah, well.
What's he doing in Harrisburg?
Don't know.
Hopping. Stealing drugs from drug dealers.
Hey, I think he's different than the character on the show.
I like to think that they're the character they're playing.
All the time?
Yeah.
He's just jacking people, drug dealers.
And he's not coming in. Let's be honest, it's not going to happen.
Omar's walking around Harrisburg with a shotgun. Huh?
I wish he'd walk through the offices here with one. It's just not going to happen. But we'll get...
all right, Jimmy, you're going to have one less picture on your MySpace page.
Oh. Well, him I would like to interview. I think he'd be a great interviewer.
Yeah.
He's like one of my favorite characters ever. And I hear he's a good interview, and he's like, I mean, of course I like the picture, but, he would have been fun, because the guys were all cool at Rim. And
Yeah.
it's like, after a while, it's like, ugh.
No, I haven't watched The Wire, but would he be the big get?
Without a doubt.
That's like the guy that you would want.
Yeah. One of the...
Like, because we've had a few guys from The Wire on, but he would be like...
Omar, he was amazing in The Wire.
Yeah, he was the guy.
He was the guy. Hey,
some of the cops were big, too, but he was the guy.
Hey, Doug, I got something for you, because I know you like to do a little of that drugging from time to time. A little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
And are you...
hallucinogens?
Are you a religious fella?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, heavily. No.
You see God when you take your drugs? When you're doing your drugging?
Go ahead.
We've all heard about Moses, right? The story of Moses?
Sure.
And, there's some stuff coming out about
Absolutely true, by the way.
Oh, you know what?
The story of Moses. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant this is true.
Well, it is a controversial question, to say the least. Was Moses on mind-altering drugs when he brought down the 10 Commandments from Mount Sinai? An Israeli professor thinks he may have been. He says two plants found in the Sinai desert contain psychoactive molecules. A report in a British journal says people who take the drugs often claim seeing light accompanied with profound religious and spiritual feelings.
Oh, man.
The Jew?
You need to get Joe Rogan on the phone right away, because he could do 2 hours on this. There's
knows every
theories
drug.
that Jesus himself was a mushroom, that it was an analogy. The man was an analogy for a psilocybin mushroom.
Absolutely.
And Rogan will, Rogan.
He'll run with it.
Yeah, you can't take a commercial break, because he's still talking about it.
we'll bring up obscure drugs with Joe Rogan, and he'll know all about them.
Yeah, he'll get into like the molecular level of the drug itself and what it does in your body.
But there's a theory that Jesus was an actual mushroom.
Yeah, it's an analogy of some sort for a mushroom, but again,
shrooms.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't do it justice. You'd have to get the expert there.
Yeah. Okay. It reminds us of something we love playing from time to time. We got this old PSA.
Sure.
You've dropped some acid in your day, huh?
Yeah, as recently as 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
which acid? That's a kid's drug. But, someone dropped some by, and so we dropped some.
You ever have a bad trip anymore, or is that a thing of the past?
I only had one bad trip, and it was on ecstasy. It was just bad ecstasy. It's not playing the drug. It's just someone made up some bathtub batch of way too much.
Did it make you sick or something? And
that made me feel like I was turning to cement. I was like fetal on the bathroom floor. Like it lasted for like 20 hours. It was really bad.
I had one bad high. I can't even say trip because it was smoking weed. Smoking weed, and it was like awful.
I don't smoke weed at all because it's always bad for
me.
Was
so bad. I was smoking, and I've told the story before. I was watching a movie called Gray Lady Down. It was a submarine movie.
Yeah.
And they were trapped underneath a crap load of water. And they had to send a rescue sub down there, and they inside the sub, and everyone's freaking out. And I started thinking what it would be like to be in that situation, and I'm so stoned that I actually felt exactly how it would feel to be in that situation. And like you said, the fetal position. I'm laying in bed, just going, "Oh my God, I don't want to be high. Stop being high."
So, what's your PSA?
Well, the PSA, it goes back to like the hippie days, and warning people not to do the acid. We haven't played this in a while. This
actual PSA.
This is an actual PSA.
Oh yeah,
I guess they ran on radio or what have you. Listen to this. Just a hot dog, man.
Relax.
And that's how it ends?
Yeah, her running away from the hot dog she just killed.
It can't have a happy ending. It's supposed to be a PSA. And then I realized I was just tripping.
Huh?
No.
I ran off scared.
Didn't have a good ending for you?
Like she should have been, I ran back home and had to get in the shower or something.
Now I learned my lesson.
And I'll never do acid again.
A button? Is there a...
Never
have a button on the commercial?
Eat a hot dog. Yeah. I'll have a hamburger.
Let's go to Cliff in Long Beach, New York. Cliff?
Hey,
Cliff.
am I on?
Yeah, what's up, Cliff?
Hey, guys, I heard you guys talking earlier about the chick on the toilet.
Yeah.
And she has the exact same psychological disorder as my girlfriend. Figure maybe I could give you some stories or something.
Sure. What's the condition? What's the...
She is schizophrenic affective as well. You don't actually have to call it bipolar because affective means bipolar.
How ugly are you?
Schizoaffective does not mean bipolar.
That's the definition I was given by her.
Well, she's
bipolar. Schizo and bipolar. Why would you listen to anything she has to say?
Exactly. She was talking to a shoe.
Right. The shoe told her, yeah.
Well, yeah,
right
schizoaffective is makes schizophrenic look. But go ahead.
All right. So you know something about sitting on a toilet for 2 years?
Something along the lines. When she was finally diagnosed and she went to the institution, she thought she was a plant and she tried to plant herself in the ground. That was kind of interesting.
I thought I was a plant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now everything's just going to be that nonsense woman.
She must be a hell of a lay that you're staying with her as she's attempting to plant herself into the ground.
Well, that was all prior. She's medicated now, so it's all right.
Yeah, usually when you have a girl that's going through a psychotic episode like that, you don't try to bang her.
Right.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
I don't know if I could stick with a woman that wants to plant herself in the ground, though.
No, the urge is it's past now. We don't have to deal with that anymore as long as she takes her little pill.
What's she on?
Actually, oh God, she takes about 7 different medications every night, and in all honesty, I can't remember them.
Lithium, yes.
I know she takes a lot of Klonopin.
Yeah, Klonopin.
Oh, those are the kind you can steal. You're lucky. All my girlfriend's drugs are stuff that was poisonous to a normal person. Really? You got Klonopin that you can scam from her. Thanks for the coffee, sir.
Scammed from her. She's out of pills, going nuts, and you're just kind of recreating.
Like Geodon and lithium. And
how long do you let her just stand in the backyard hoping that she's going to plant herself before you tell her to come back inside?
Well, if she's walking around with the garden tools, that's pretty much my first sign, and then I go grab her and I kind of just migrate her towards the house.
Do you ever take pictures ever doing ridiculous stuff before because it's still funny? Because I have like videotape of my girlfriend naked with cowboy boots tap dancing in the driveway, telling me how she used to be a professional tap dancer and she can't tap dance, but in a complete delusional state. And I'm like, I should bring her in because she's naked, but I got to get a little videotape first. So I get some video.
Did you really do that?
Oh, yeah.
I got to show this to my friend.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she was just back in the mental hospital a little while ago. She goes in and out. They have to keep playing with the medication, so... But
you love her enough to stay with her?
Oh, yeah. She's fantastic. It's the best chick I've ever been. Yeah, just no problems at all. I mean, except for
the obvious.
The tap dancing nude in the driveway.
Yeah, it's never like it's never a mean thing. It's never vicious or, I'm not scared she's going to stab me in the middle of the night.
Do you worry when you leave town, though, that she's going to do something?
Well, I was on the road when she got put in an institution, and it was like that. She evidently said some buzzword that the psychiatrist...
the secret word.
You really need to be,
What's the buzzword, you think?
Well, I mean, said something probably suicidal that they read as something we have to have you, put in for a week while we change your medication so they can, keep an eye on you. So, yeah, that was
Would you want to have kids with her?
No, I don't. I have a vasectomy. Kids are disgusting.
Good boy.
Yeah. Good boy.
I like the way you think.
She wouldn't have kids. She's more responsible than that because it is hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of nice of her. I like when people have a 50-50 shot at doing something and they figure, let me roll the dice.
Yeah, no, she
and
doesn't
kid
want kids
turns
at
out
all.
effed up.
But now they can look at your DNA and pick out certain eggs and stuff.
Science there's certain things they could do, which is good.
Yeah, they can look at a woman's egg and go, this is a bad one. Let's not impregnate this one. Let's see what else you can produce here.
You can also go down to the Oliver Twist Adoption Agency and pick one that's already fully grown, and you can check them for defects.
Hey,
lift your tongue, buddy.
So she
can't
doesn't
do that with a gene.
So does she stand around in the living room and stuff too, or is it just outside planting?
Well, just outside planting, but there were other things that had happened in the past. Like she thought one of her exes was systematically injecting her with AIDS as she slept. That
was he?
That's wonderful.
I got myself checked, so he doesn't have it at least.
Hey. And when she's in the backyard, does she actually bury herself up to her knees or something?
Well, actually, it was in, you know how they got those big pots that you fit like little trees in or whatever? That's what it was, and it wasn't actually in the ground.
Oh, like a planter.
So she
okay, that's reasonable.
Because she wanted you to bring her back inside when it got cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
She wasn't willing to commit to this plant thing.
You could transplant her after the last frost.
Yeah.
Well, she sounds like a real joy, real treat.
She's a real treat when she's got her when she's medicated. It's wonderful.
All right, Cliff. Thank you,
guys.
So much.
It does keep it
Crazy
interesting.
Chicks. Guys kind of dig crazy chicks. They do. Ronnie talks about it all the time. Ronnie loves crazy broads.
Yeah. All right.
There's something wild about having a crazy girl.
Yeah, I've found it fascinating.
Found it to be a real trip.
Yeah.
Let's go to Chris the trucker. Chris?
Hey there, Chris.
Chris.
I don't hear like... That would be like a truck noise.
All right, Chris, thanks for the phone call. It's terrific. All right, Doug Stanhope is going to be at Caroline starting tonight through Sunday. 212-757-4100, I believe, right? Doug is hilarious, man. I recommend you go see him if you're in the New York area.
Let me pray. Can I pray when we get over to XM? Please, phones work better. Thank you, God.
All right.
And get better callers. Because even though the phones were busted, the callers really sucked anyway.
Why would the phones be fake? Why? On a national radio show should the phones be hooked up properly?
Company decided to fire, I don't know, 20% of the workforce and figure, things will just continue working just fine.
It's like one of those video games
Just
where you got to
amazing.
keep personnel like working at the amusement park, but if you pull too many back, things start breaking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens, but only it's real life.
It's amazing how many people they fired, and
I thought everything went really good.
I did too.
it was all right. It was all right. Why don't we get the hell out of here? Jimmy, we're not going to see you tomorrow.
No, I'll be in Denver Friday night, Minneapolis Saturday night. Then on a plane Sunday morning.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just monumentally irritated, but that's my problem. I'll live with
So
it.
powder, use some powder. That'll help.
No, not what I got. It won't.
Hold on, it won't help that joke either. I was going to crash myself.
Let's just get out of here. Tomorrow's a new day. Have a good day. If you're not joining us at XM Satellite Radio. Here we are, XM Satellite Radio. Doug Stanhope has made the walkover. Of course he has. Of course he has.
Who would miss
Good
the
afternoon.
potty mouth show? This is, satellite radio.
Yeah, this is the best part of the show. Right here. We get to say fuck a lot.
That's
Because I'll tell you this much, man. The first half of the show, I want to say fuck.
Yeah, no, you've been saying fuck
lot.
about the first half of the show quite a bit.
It was just one of those days. It happens. I understand that. I'm not going to beat myself up too much. But the show, we haven't had one of those in a long time. And I think it's because we're heading toward vacation.
I had some laughs.
Yeah, I think we were a little out of sync, but I don't think it was a bad show. The thing about the guests
doesn't
not
get-
showing up and the fucking phones.
Yeah.
That's good.
Dude, it's just fucking frustrating because no one's in charge over there. And we have enough responsibilities and enough things to worry about. And now you got to worry about making sure this massive board is set up right. There was a commercial copy. We can take people inside the first half of the show now. Commercial copy. That's why you do a radio show on terrestrial radio, to sell spots and stuff, right? They don't even have that shit together. Anthony's reading for WrestleMania today. There's misspellings,
misspelled words on.
and then
on
I
the
have copy, and I'm like, how about a comma and a couple things, like to make this a little easier? Like they just fucking type it out and throw it in there and go, they'll figure it out. They figure everything else out on their own.
Thanks.
It's just a mess over there. It really is a mess. They fired like 20% of the workforce at CBS Radio and just assume everything's going to run smoothly. Yeah, cutbacks.
I'm having more fun since they fired everybody. To be
Oh,
honest
yeah,
with you. It's
well-
not that shitty fucking corporate vibe.
You're right about
certain
that.
things should be done.
That is true.
You're right about
Unfortunately, some of the engineering suffers, but you're right about that. I kind of like going in and
love
not
it.
having someone like a vulture over your shoulder every 2 fucking seconds. It's nice. Then you realize we were talking about you get to say fuck here, get to curse.
Yeah.
You don't realize that until we try to play something we did here over there, and it is just one long beep. It's like, yeah, that bit's hysterical. Beep. Beep, 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 beep,
The-
beep, 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 beep,
My stupid beep.
Yeah, love that one.
Yeah.
Here's
my God.
Here's one of our bits from here. The what? Jimmy to from.
Yeah, at least 3 times over there, I started into a bit where I went, and you
gotta
have to swallow it. 'cause you
swallow that
realize-
fuck
yeah.
word.
Yeah. What was the bit we played recently over there, and we couldn't believe how much cursing was going on? Was it the baby diaper mustache, or there was something else we brought over there recently? Do you remember?
I think it was.
Look at that's something you find on a set list.
Yeah,
baby
that's
diaper mustache.
Yeah, we're gonna end with baby diaper mustache.
Bands off the stage, and you're like, wow, look, there's their set list.
Yeah. They played baby diaper mustache before Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway.
Well, baby diaper mustache. It's all the rage on YouTube there, Doug. Where have you been?
Is
Rich Voss got me good. He brought in a diaper with shit in it, and I made a mustache out of it. It's too long of a story to explain. Yeah, I know. You're looking at me like, what the fuck? I got caught with my pants down. Of course I would not do that on a regular basis. But I felt like I had to at that point in time.
Quite disgusting.
Rich Voss has a baby?
I know. That's the scariest part of the whole thing. Is that Rich Voss is once again a dad.
Yeah.
He's got grown kids. He's got like daughters that are having their own kids, I think.
Yeah.
Nah.
And I'm so glad.
I wouldn't have a dog in this town, much less a child.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a dog. At least you could fuck it.
Hey, Jimmy, look at the bleachers and see how we at least solved one of the problems that we have addressed about 1,000
What is this, a
fucking
studio
times.
audience?
Yeah, that's your studio audience right there. And they're filling
Nice
out.
Elliot Spitzer came in.
And it's 9:27, and they're filling out paperwork.
Why-
I'm so
why-
fucking get
Hold
done.
on. Hold on. No.
Oh, boy.
Get done.
Oh, Jesus.
Jimmy's at it. I'm telling you.
Oh, boy.
No. Not during the show. No paperwork during the show.
Get Don on the phone. Get Don on the phone. This is the day we
Jimmy's yelling at
because
the listeners.
no one listens to us.
Jimmy's
I'm
yelling
not mad at the listeners.
I know.
No, I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm not
He's
yelling
like,
at you
no.
guys. Do the paperwork after. Not during the fucking show.
Paul, why are they doing paperwork right now? How many?
They just arrived, guys. They just arrived. They're
Well,
supposed
what
to get
about
here at
the early
8:30.
arrival?
They're supposed to get here at 8:30 in the morning. If they get here
How many
now,
people?
Fire them.
How many people?
Fire them for being late.
Here now take the mic and state your name and say when you arrived at XM.
But here's the problem.
Hi.
Hi, Ope. Roman got here a couple minutes ago, but I was waiting at K-Rock.
See, that's the problem.
That's fine.
People are waiting over at K-Rock to walk over with us. So when they do that, then they can't. They're getting here when we get here.
I'm not mad that they're here late.
Yeah.
But don't fill it out during the show. Wait till we go on a break, and then fill it out.
Right.
So they can be a part of the show. Or at least-
Exactly.
That's all. I'm not saying if you guys aren't here, you can't fill it out over at CBS. But you just relax. You're here to watch the show. What's my name? What's my ID? What's my phone? I've been here 8 times. I'm still the same. Scribble. Fucking irritating.
How about the DOJ or the DOC or the FCH or whatever the fuck the organizations are called? Either say merger or no merger, so we can get back to fucking business. I was thinking about this last night. I was losing my mind. Nothing has been done in a year.
Yeah.
Business has completely stopped with satellite radio.
Screeching halt.
How about you say yes or no?
Or just yes.
So then we could. So then we know what we got ahead of us. Nothing gets done. No one answers phone calls anymore in Washington. Nothing.
Everyone's petrified.
Why don't you hold one of those giant rallies, get together with your buddy across town, and stage one of those massive, goofy fucking things like they do for,
right.
A
rally in the streets.
unity rally
Dude,
between the two companies.
It has to be said, when we first came to XM, we were so excited because the money they're spending, the marketing, we're part of TV commercials and all sorts of things. We're going out to CES every year. And in the last year, everything stopped. Everything. We're trying to get an animation festival together. I can't get an answer on that. What do we know about that, Steve?
We are looking at a We are looking at a venue. We almost have a date. It's Pete's working on it.
What is Don saying? Get stupid Don,
on the phone.
Get him on the phone. Logan doesn't return my calls anymore.
Oh, boy, that's not a good sign.
Once every 2 weeks, I talk to him. I used to talk to him on a daily basis, because he's wheeling and dealing for the show and XM in general. And it's like business has just completely stopped. The stock went up 5% yesterday because Mel Karmazin is optimistic about the merger. That's great.
Yeah.
How many times has he been optimistic in the last year?
Well, quite a few.
Just fucking say yes or no so we can move on with business. There's computers breaking down here. Steve has been emailing Washington going, hello, we're down to 2 computers. Could somebody please send us a new computer? And he can't even get an answer on that. We need chairs. They can't get the chairs for us. Hi, guys.
It really is.
You picked a fine day to come to XM. We got full bleachers, and they're just looking at us in shock right now.
Hey, Brazil, did they have you filling out paperwork again? Oh, no? Okay, that's hysterical.
Right.
Like, how many times do the same people fill out the same paperwork? There's no plan.
Huh?
There's no plan here.
How much?
I know, Doug. I'm sorry.
How many pages is the paperwork down to?
2 pages.
Two pages
Just 2.
to see a bunch of guys do dick jokes. Are you kidding me?
Since day one, that's exactly. Actually, it used to be 15. Now it's 2.
Only XM.
It used to be 15.
It's only XM paperwork, though, right?
XM and DFL.
We used to do 15 pages?
Yes, to 15 pages, correct. And I consolidated everything down to 2.
Perhaps more than that.
I made sure the I's were dotted and T's were crossed.
Meat Mouth from Philly. Opie, the over-under is 15 on you saying baby diaper mustache. You did this bit a week ago. Stop talking about it. We get it. You wipe shit on your face. You don't need to tell everyone that comes on your show. Well, I guess
it was my fault. I brought that up, and I demanded an answer.
Doug did not know about it. Sorry, but, you know, it's smart
Signed Steve Carlisi.
It's smart to promote things for people that are just casual listeners that might be turned on to something that they don't know about. That's why we do that, you dope. What are you jotting down, Steve?
Jot. What happened to scroll? I went back in time. Where's my papyrus?
No, it's jotting. Far be it for me to want to throw more kindling on a fire. But Lenny just called Roland, and Comics booked him for the wrong day. Comics booked him for tomorrow, and then told him.
Don't even look at
I've never been scared of Jim Norton.
Oh, my God.
Terrified of him today.
But that's the type of thing. Lenny's a friend of ours.
Yeah. No, he's cool.
That's the type of thing that does happen. Like, you know, when it's a buddy, a guy you know who likes being on the... That's one of those, like, all right, that's a screw-up that we know happens.
Well, all right.
That's tolerable.
So this week, Meatloaf blew us off after we booked him.
We forgot Jamie Hector the night before, who was... You don't know from The Wire, but he was one of the main players. The guys we got were great. We were supposed to have 3. Marlowe, he was one of the main players. The day of, we found out he wasn't coming, or the night before. And then Meatloaf the day before we found out wasn't coming. And then Michael K. Williams we find out isn't coming.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just not fucking happening to other radio shows.
This ain't happening, man. This ain't fucking happening.
Steve, what's up with the computers?
They're working on them.
We have a couple of 486s in the back.
What happened?
We are in the process of getting new ones. And I'm not supposed to send snotty emails anymore.
Oh.
Who told you that?
Don.
Fuck Don. Who's he?
Don Wicklin? He's the janitor down there in Washington.
Don's going to tell one of our guys not to send snotty emails as all hell's breaking loose up here. Go fuck yourself.
He's in charge of paperwork.
Get on a fucking train and see what's going on up here. We need computers. How many times have you asked
Bring
for the
a hooker
computers?
with you. I know that run is pretty good with the hookers, the Washington and New York run.
Yeah, right? Huh?
She probably had a fucking burger on the Metro liner. Her farts smelled the whole fucking Mayflower room up.
And make it a girl hooker, Don. Not your preference.
Wait, so how long?
Queer.
Just a while. It's just an ongoing thing. We've just had these little, what's the word?
He's saying don't send snotty emails, but I think what happened? How long
like
ago
these-
were you asking for the computers?
Months.
So go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
now you
since
get cock pictures. How about that?
Since the overhaul of this whole thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a while.
Really? Yeah. You were promised what? A couple new computers?
Well, it's just we've had problems, and they're getting fixed. We don't have a full-time IT guy up here, so we have to wait for someone from DC
Go
to
through the
remotely log in.
bleachers. Someone's IT.
Yeah, I'm
out
sure
there.
there's an IT guy that could just, see?
No, but it's an IT guy that has
Roman's
to know all
out
of
there.
XM's passwords to get into these things.
Password, schmassword.
So do you need the computers?
Try that.
I think we have a few that are being FedExed up as we speak.
All right,
FedEx
finally.
a computer?
Yeah.
How do they get him into those envelopes? It's got to be very hard. I'm just whispering, Steve. Where's your BlackBerry? It scares me when you don't have it. Thinking the ship doesn't have a rudder unless you're scrolling.
Let's go to Joe in Orlando. Joe, what's up?
How do you do, Joe?
Hey, how are you guys?
From O-Town.
I'm a huge fan of XM. I love it. But let me tell you why this merger will never happen. The merger won't happen because if Sirius and XM are allowed to merge, then DirecTV and Dish can merge because that's been set on the sideline. So you've got Dish and DirecTV fighting the merger. You've got the cable companies fighting because they don't want Dish and DirecTV, and now you got the phone companies that are into video, like Verizon, that don't want the merger to happen.
No, different situation. All of them are different forms of entertainment and have different and have different competition. Now the whole thing, the reason that satellite radio is saying that they want to merge is because there's competition between regular radio, iPods, everything else that's happening. They don't want satellite satellite companies for TV merging because I guess they figure there isn't as much competition for visual medium.
This is the issue that Dish and DirecTV have been trying to merge behind the scenes for a number of years. If the FCC allows you guys to merge, then there's going to be a precedent. They're going to have two satellite companies that wanted to merge on the video side. That's going to happen if you guys merge. And it's sad. Look, I'm not defending it. It's sad because the American public's getting screwed.
Mel said something interesting yesterday. He goes, "Look, if they didn't want this merger to happen, they would have told us a long fucking time ago." Yeah, they're taking their time because they're trying to figure out.
Sir, I think your point
it out here.
I think your point is
The NAB
plausible.
and the NCAA
he just likes talking.
Is trying to bleed you guys dry.
Why would they do that?
If you could just pepper your argument with obscenity, because this is the uncensored version.
Yeah, get a little.
Yeah, we need some action from you.
Kevin, the guy's in charge of the FCC, is a cocksucker.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, so that type of talk is not necessary.
That's not going to
That
help
we
us.
don't want to hear.
And I'd be
that
very
one.
right now. I would be annoyed if I wasn't looking at David Bowie. Oh, wait, that's Geraldine Ferraro. Who fucks that woman? Besides God. Look at that fucking hairdo. That is atrocious.
Yeah, she said if Obama was white, he wouldn't have gotten as far as he has so far.
This is true.
She might be right. I mean,
it might be. When you look at some of these, the demographics of some of the delegates that he's picking up, it's amazing. It's like split completely on racial lines. Black people just voting for Obama, and then white people also voting for him a little bit. But I mean, race is an absolute issue in this, and you bring it up and you're fucked.
I haven't heard
Do you want me to
statistics.
comment on this?
Shut up!
Which way are black
this guy.
women leaning? Do you know?
Huh?
Black women, are they going Hillary or Obama?
Obama. You kidding me?
They're
Obama.
Yeah, it's got to be
Without
Obama.
a doubt, Obama.
They're going for John McCain.
You got, yeah, certainly are.
Well, you asked me. That's my answer.
Only black people
Why go
are
with the
allowed
obvious answer?
allowed to mention race.
Yeah. You can't even mention race anymore without having to apologize and get
I mean, he's
fired.
definitely getting media attention because of his color. Like,
Sure.
the media loves a first. Ooh, his first
Yeah.
woman, oldest president. They're all getting
God bless China, man. China pollution becoming major concern for the Summer Olympics, and they just had footage of the Chinese walking around like they're all in the operating room at a hospital.
They're wearing the masks.
Yeah,
They're SARS masks.
You
and
see
they're
one or
smog
two
masks.
in New York City, but they just showed pretty much everybody on the street walking around with the surgical mask.
I'm insulted when I see Asian
Look, you
people
can't even
walking
see
around.
the cars.
Jesus.
Look at this. That's pollution.
It's
That's
like the fog bowl of the Eagles against the Bears in the playoffs. Remember that one?
Wow, that's bad.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah, I get insulted when I see Asian people walking around New York with the masks on. Mm-hmm. It's like, we're not in your shitty fucking country. Take the mask off.
Maybe their breath is bad.
Yeah, well, okay. They're the reason they wear masks in China. They say they're having a big problem because the Olympics are going to be in China.
Right.
And their culture is so fucking wacky that they don't want to show a lot of this stuff. They had a fucking cat cleanup the other day that they were showing on the news where they're just pulling huge cages with cats in them to various restaurants. And they have to kind of put the kibosh on that in the Olympic Village and the surrounding areas that people are going to be in.
Were you making a joke?
No, this is true. They showed they were stacked up, big cages of cats.
But they were bringing them to restaurants?
Yeah.
Come on.
They eat fucking cats.
But that's what you saw on TV?
Yep. They were cleaning up.
No, I know they were cleaning up the cats. I didn't know they were bringing them to restaurants.
Yep, bringing them to restaurants. That's what they do. They harvest the cats.
Find
the cat restaurant story.
I'm calling you out on this one.
All right.
I'm calling you out on this one.
That's why they limit the families to one baby, because they're afraid they'll eat anymore.
Start rounding them up.
Yeah.
You know how tender a baby is?
Yes.
Listen,
Little fat fingers.
Ronnie talks about that, how tender babies would be to eat. Like whenever a baby comes in, he says, I just want to take a bite because you know how tender they'd be? Like a turkey. Like a perfectly cooked turkey. Little baby leg.
Let's say hi to Chris in Philly. Chris?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Chris?
I'm the guy that usually calls about Ron Paul here and there, but since you have Mr. Stanhope in the studio, I think I'll let him do the talking.
Oh, I'm a big Ron Paul guy. Did you even try to have him on?
Well, we kind of beat him up and
sent him on his way.
Did you? You had him on?
No, we didn't. We just
you
beat
just
up his
beat him
people.
up where he,
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I see a bunch of
Because they're zealots.
Because it was fun.
We see a bunch of like
Well,
signs
he's the
and stuff
only
for
guy
him.
that was worth. Like at this point, I hope Obama wins because in a movie, if there's going to be a president portrayed in a movie where the fucking asteroid is coming to blow up the Earth, and I have those three to choose from as the actor to play president,
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
pick Barack. But
Sure.
the only guy that would have made any difference is Ron Paul, and it's sad, but.
We didn't take it seriously because we just knew it just there just
he was
wasn't
out.
even a shot.
Not going to
We had a
happen.
Baywatch babe stumping for him, and we just kind of made fun of her. I'm being honest with you.
No one was
I'm not going to
voting for him.
sugarcoat this.
It wasn't. He wasn't going to.
Why was Ron Paul the only choice there?
I mean, he's the only one that really had any chance of getting less government in our lives.
Yeah, but any chance, or like he just wanted that,
Well, he
and it would have
wanted
been
that.
business as usual.
He's the only one I would trust to do it. Like John McCain, I believe Ron Paul meant what he said, as opposed to anyone else.
I think
Even Huckabee I like better than these fucking
Huckabee.
clowns because of the fair tax.
Yeah, I know. That's what a lot
And
of
that's
people.
really my big concern is taxes at this
Yep.
point. I don't give a fuck about the war. I'm not going.
It's like, why is it selfish to just think of
everybody
yourself?
Votes selfishly.
Yeah,
of course.
Like taxes are a big thing because they
Fucking
tax
healthcare.
the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But so that's what I would like to vote for, somebody that wants like a flat tax or something like that.
Well,
instead
yeah.
of taxing the shit out of people.
Ron
they
Paul and Huckabee were the only
deem
ones talking
rich.
about major tax.
Nothing's going to happen with an elected official in this country anymore. It's going to take some kind of ridiculous revolution.
A draft.
Some kind of
something,
uprising, some kind of invasion from a foreign country. It's going to take some huge thing that really fucks up this country.
It was the draft that made Vietnam. That's what turned the.
Yeah.
We were in Vietnam for a long time before people started getting pissed. That's when kids started dying against their will.
Yeah.
Not the meatheads who believed the ads and saw the guy slaying a dragon and signed up.
But it's changing his
when
tune.
They're snatching him out of your house and throwing him in front of shrapnel.
Yeah.
But Anthony, you said if Obama gets in, that a lot would change.
Yeah, I'm thinking as I said a lot, meaning as much as could possibly change with what's going on.
If Obama gets in, then everyone can say nigger and it's funny again.
Is that it?
Yeah. And if Hillary gets in, women will bleed a little bit less. Like, that's why I hate people who jump on the bandwagon just because they have matching skin tone or genitalia. Well, it's about time one of us was in office. Like, then that's not your fucking friend.
Yeah.
If Barack is president, what, mall security's going to stop following you around? And it's not your fucking buddies. We're white males with nothing but white male presidents for our whole lives. We have not flourished under their leadership.
Well,
yeah, we
did kind of work out.
Well, not because of it.
Of course not. I liked Taft myself. Taft. A lot of change under Taft.
Can I read some instant feedback?
Sure.
From Stoner. You fucking prima donna divas ever hear of a pre-show sound check? Quit crying about shit on air. Gets fucking old fast. I learned after the show that Tim, who does the good old sound check, showed up right before the show.
Oh, did he?
Took a quick look at the board and walked out.
Quick overview?
Yeah. And then we got, all right, Ant, we know. Stop already with the man crush on Ron Bennington. We get it. Mentioning Mr. B every 2 seconds.
Let me tell you something. It's either that or I get Ron said that. Anthony's ripping off Ron. I like giving Ron credit where credit is due. The man is a brilliant radio personality who deserves much more praise than just I can give him alone.
Wow.
Let me suck his dick if I want, okay? Is that okay?
Sure, in his
Not
mind it
you,
would be.
Fez.
Let's say hi to Nate in Brooklyn. Nate, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Ant just asked why it's considered selfish to only think about yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on dictionary.com, and the definition of selfish is devoted to or only caring for oneself.
Did I say that? Oh, shit, I got to listen to the replay.
True.
If I said, why is it selfish to think of
There is
yourself?
no such thing as a selfless act.
Oh, very good, yeah.
There isn't.
There's always got to be a little
Fucking-
something in it
yeah.
for you.
Mother Teresa got off on the fucking ego of.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Craig.
Pat it on the back.
That's true. She'd rub her clit over those open sores.
Oh, filthy Calcutta twat.
Oh, and by the way, Colin, I still Ron Paul has not dropped out, and I will stay Ron Paul.
All right.
Oh, he hasn't dropped out?
No, he's going to stay until the end, just hoping to get some of his ideas into the debates.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How great is it that there was a bench clearing brawl at a spring training game?
I love it.
This is going to be a great baseball season.
I love bench clearers.
Yes, Craig.
Oh, stupid Billy Crystal.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Billy Crystal.
That's why there was a bench clearing brawl.
They wanted to beat up Billy Crystal.
Both teams came out to beat the fuck out of Billy Crystal.
Boo.
Nice publicity stunt.
Look at this.
Yeah, jogging with Jeter.
Yeah, that's it. Keep up with him.
Stretching with Jeter.
Stop.
Billy Crystal.
What are you? What is he
dopey
doing?
broad taking it seriously on the news. Are they talking about it?
What do you think it was saying? I have no idea, but all I want to say is that I'm glad that the kids would learn that from the toy instead of them my case.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to come back and find out what the toy.
I'll whisper to you during a commercial.
No,
I
think we need to share.
Talking
She looks like Robert Englund, the one on the right. Ugly bitch. Jesus.
Let's say hi to Craig in Jersey. Craig.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hit it, Craig.
Hey, another big supporter of Ron Paul was Donna DeErico. I remember she called in a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we gave her some shit.
Steve from Yellowstone talked to her, so I was wondering if you guys could maybe replay that at the end of the show today.
Well,
did he? I don't remember.
How long is that call? Because it might be uncomfortable for... It's a 4-minute phone call.
Yes.
Doug, we kind of beat up your guy.
I don't care. You're talking about him at least. More than the regular media does.
I guess we just didn't want to hear from abroad. That used to run around on a beach.
You guys
on
support
TV.
anyone, or is it all fucking sports to you too?
Now it's beyond anything that I even give a shit about.
Did you ever like anyone?
Yeah, I liked that one guy. What was his name?
Larry Craig.
No,
yeah. He's a go-getter. I want a president that has a wide stance when he shits, please.
Tap me up a river dance trying to get that guy to my stall.
Creep. No. Duncan Hunter. I liked Duncan Hunter. No, he was an ultra-conservative douchebag.
The Gravel guy was an insane person. I would have liked to see him go.
I like the whole libertarian idea.
Yeah.
I like that whole thing, but it just would never work in this country at this point in the country's history.
Again, if you're talking absolute libertarian, but if you're pragmatic about it, there's parts of it that can work.
There's too many people that can't fucking take care of themselves under this government that takes you and powders your ass.
That's how we breed them. We breed people to
I
be
know,
fucking idiots.
weaklings.
You try to legislate against Darwinism and natural selection, and that's what you get. It's a fucking country full of retards and more of them. Let them fucking fend for themselves and let them learn on their own. And Jesus,
let them fly through the fucking windshield because they're not buckling up. But then don't sue the fucking piss out of me when you fly through the windshield. That is the problem. Too many goddamn lawyers.
Lawyers fuck up more stuff. And if you were to separate government from corporations. Everyone thinks the libertarian ideal won't work because, well, now corporations will become government. But that's only if they're in bed together.
Yeah.
If government has the power to give corporations all these breaks, then, you're going to have problems. But if you separate them completely, or put government in a position where they can't do shit for a corporation, then it's a different story.
Don't you think there'd be just massive poverty and death on the streets from people that can't take care of themselves without the government being there to fucking coddle them?
No, I think easy money spends easily, and I think people are naturally charitable, and they get pissy when you're fucking taking 40% of my fucking paycheck.
Shit.
All of a sudden, the fucking bum on the street, I'm going, fuck you, get a job. Where if I had that money in my pocket. That's why fucking titty dancers. Titty dancers have easy money, and they spend it easily. You go out with a fucking guy who had to work 50 hours at fucking Staples as an assistant manager and a titty dancer. More than likely, the titty dancer is going to pick up a tab before the other guy does. He has to work way too hard. I think people are naturally charitable. It's like the tsunami. However, it worked out to like $50 per household was the average donation to tsunami victims. That was private households. If you had someone go door to door knocking on doors going, this is the government, you owe us $50 for the tsunami victims, they'd be going, fuck those
fuck
goofs.
yourself.
Let them drown.
Yeah,
Because
you're right.
it's the force that's involved.
You're so right. When you make money easy, you definitely spend a lot
And
freer.
there's easy
Freely,
money
whatever.
to be made, and people
40% of part. It is sickening the amount of money they want to take. They're fucking repulsive.
Right.
And they still can't get stuff done.
And they can't get enough.
Where
Yeah.
does it, I mean,
There's already
the
so many
age-old
charitable organizations out there that you can go to, the fucking churches, if you,
But the age-old question, like, where the fuck does all this money go? What the hell is wrong?
Well, $2 billion on a war.
Yeah, no, I understand that,
kinda hurts.
but when you start breaking down what that money is being used for in the war, it gets insane. Like, we've all heard the rivets costing $10,000 and all that stuff.
Right, yeah, no.
It's like, it's ridiculous.
Sweet government contracts, they're
How are
called.
people
Yeah.
who build a government like that? How are they not just executed
For treason.
for treason?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
They should. Well,
there's a lot
should
of
be.
people that should be dispatched.
They're in
with.
bed together. They got a company that fucking paid to have some guy put in office. They made all kinds of contributions so that when the guy gets in office, he gives them the sweet contracts and favors. It's a sweet deal, Wade. I like those numbers.
All I wanted to do as you were talking, and I know you're right, is when you were done, all I wanted to do is go, says you. That's all I was thinking of.
Says you.
That's all I could think of.
Oh, I wish I could have gone out. I'd have laughed my ass off. Shit. Yeah, well, nothing's going to get done until there's some kind of big fucking revolution or an
People
invasion,
have to really have their
civil war.
face put into a fire before they fight back. Yeah.
We need like American refugees. We need like fucking people fleeing to Canada in those huge lines of dying people in this country to get it back to a position where maybe we can rebuild something cool.
I really think if Ron Paul had gone after the families of people who have someone in prison, it's like 60% of the prison population are there for nonviolent drug offenses. Absolutely no. Everyone involved in that should be fucking hung.
You always hear about people that are doing more time for drugs than manslaughter.
And do you own your own body? It's a question of that. Do you believe you own your own body? Then you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want with it. That's just basic property ownership, property rights. You were talking
Right.
about you can't put a fucking pool in
Earlier, yeah, I'm trying to get like some work done at the house, and you go to get permits for things, and they tell you how many feet something has to be off your property line, and
you
you're
go,
like,
"This
wait,
is my property."
I bought this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I should be able to fucking
So
set up
take
a
that
missile
one step
silo
further,
if I want. It's
Take
coming
that one
in next
step
week, by
further
the way.
to your own body,
Missile silo.
and they're telling you what you can do with your own body. You can't. I can't put drugs inside of it.
Yeah.
60%, the highest prison population of any country in the world.
Right, we excel at something.
60% of that, you go after. You use that as a main platform. You have the families. They can't vote in prison, but their families can. And that's one hell of a fucking base of support.
hell of
that
a-
you should have gone after.
hell of an
but wouldn't
idea
take
you got
me.
there.
He smokes a lot of dope, man.
The prisoners' families.
You got some good ideas.
Those votes.
Yeah, you don't own your own body. You don't own your own home.
You don't own shit. We talked about that in the past with America. You know, we're free here. You're free. You're not free to do shit.
Yeah.
You really aren't.
Yeah,
No.
we joke about it. Let's see how free you are. Why don't you take a gun, go out on the streets of New York, and try to hunt,
Just
hunt
yeah,
for
hunt
your own
something.
dinner. Just go hunt for your own
Start
dinner.
taking pot shots at something and see how fast you're free. You're free to follow the fucking rules. That's what you're free to do, man. What a tool I am.
This was my closer on Deadbeat Hero 2004.
Imagine if you just like saw some nice sweet property and decided that you're just going to build on
You're
there.
just gonna fucking build.
I'm just going to get some wood and just start building. 'cause
There's
it's
nothing there.
America.
I'm gonna build a soddy like fucking Pa Ingalls.
That's how it used to be. God, can you imagine living
You can come home
during
from
those times?
Iraq without legs, and they say, well, 2 more years you can have a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even
like 19
drink.
years old. He's fucking, King
Yeah.
Tut ruled the world at 11. And now,
We saw how that worked out. Oh, fucking, they changed his race and bashed his brains in and fucking wrapped him up in a giant tampon and shipped him around like a spectacle.
yeah,
Tutankhamun was
and he
a
still
faggot.
draws better than either of us.
Oh, you're right.
Oh shit! God
God damn.
King Tut was a you-know-what lover.
Excuse me, but we do have Regular Joe checking in today. Regular Joe, yes.
Yeah, you just can't buck the system.
Ah, well, yeah.
It's like
can't buck the system.
It's like I always say, you can't fight town hall. That's just me.
It's regular Joe guy.
Yeah, you know.
I like to just say, what are you going to do?
You know, Regular Joe says, I'd complain, Doug, but who'd listen?
Brad Lee from Branson, Missouri writes, "You're free to do as we tell you." A famous line from Bill Hicks. Very, very true.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. That's what I like to say.
Amen.
Amen to that, right?
Boston checking in. Jason?
Yes.
Hey.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
So Massachusetts has this nice thing called excise tax, where every year they charge you $25 per $1,000 your car is worth. So they take the Blue Book value of your vehicle, they charge you $25, and each year my value of my vehicle is $5,000 this year, and I have to pay $100, like $2,500 every
How
year.
is that fucking legal? How did they work that out?
But
weren't we throwing tea off a fucking boat like years ago for nothing?
Me is who is pro-tax?
Right.
You understand why some laws are, there's always going to be some gay marriage or whatever. There's always going to be the church people that are against it, the moral majority. But not everybody's against fucking the taxation.
Yeah, you're being represented. The constituency is being represented by somebody that goes to Washington and represents the people. Who the fuck is going, yes, more taxes? That's what we want. That's why I elected this guy. And then they go in there, raise the shit out of your taxes, and who's going for that? Who wants it?
Well, Regular Joe says, I wish it would change, but, wish in one hand, shit in the other. And see which hand the German fella eats out of.
Wow, Regular Joe is not quite as regular as he was.
Regular Joe threw a zinger in there.
Regular Joe getting a little blue.
Yeah,
Let's go to AJ in Connecticut. AJ.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, sir.
Hold on, they're swearing in the lieutenant governor. Sorry. You're missing it.
The income tax is actually...
Oh, fuck. Holy shit.
Wow.
All right.
That'll get us fired.
Whoa.
I missed it. I completely missed it.
I'm just out.
Nothing. It's,
you certainly don't want to comment on that.
Whoa. Hey, AJ, Connecticut, what's up?
What's up? The income tax is actually illegal. If you check out some of Alex Jones' work, it's up on... Google video and
but check out what became of all those tax protesters that said, it's not even in the Constitution. Yeah, jail.
They're serving jail time.
Goodbye.
Yeah. The rules are what they say
they're now telling fellow inmates about the fact that it's illegal.
It's illegal.
I don't get deep dicked in a shower.
The money goes to private banks that run the Federal Reserve, and it goes to pay the interest on the money that comes into circulation.
You know what? It's all Greek to me.
The gold standard and the World Bank. And the New World Order is trying to enslave us all as a planet. And maybe they are, but...
Regular Joe is a joke.
Oh, right. Okay, the Regular Joe?
I don't make up the rules. I just break them. Poor Regular Joe.
Regular Joe's an asshole.
Why? Regular Joe cracks him up around the garage. This container of coffee. And this fucking...
Little words of wisdom and wit.
Yeah, Joe's just the guy to go to.
Joe's a flaming homosexual.
No, sir. No way.
Hey, here's
Joe's
trisexual.
Yeah, Joe will try anything.
That's a funny one.
Regular Joe says, I'm straight. My ass is exit only. That's
all right.
What Regular Joe says.
Of course he does.
That's right. As he's got a mouthful of cock around a glory hole. Regular Joe's a hypocrite. And a cocksucker.
Let's go to Kevin in Houston.
Regular Joe never met a cock that he didn't want to pop in his mouth, if only for a second.
Kevin.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hey, we got a law that passed at the first of the year called a stripper pole tax, where any person that goes into a strip club has to pay $5 tax that is then turned over to the state and given to victims' rights advocate groups such as battered women, shelters, and that kind of crap.
You better be kidding.
They should do that from boxing proceeds.
It's a stripper pole tax in Texas?
stripper poll tax. $5.
Is that a state, a county thing, or a city?
No, this is a state tax. It was passed by the state legislature
That doesn't.
last year.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, check it out, man. Good old Governor Perry. Punch it out, guys.
Let's go to James in Wisconsin. James.
Yeah. I used to do taxes back in the day, man. Now I'm a truck driver, so he's got a money's a man. Taxes were actually volunteer from World War II. Okay? They were volunteered at that time to help support the war effort. They were supposed to be dropped after that, and they weren't. They're still volunteer, and they're not mandatory.
Actually, it was Lincoln instituted the first income tax on some level, which he gets.
His second biggest mistake.
Well, no, all he did was spread slavery across color lines. So now we're all slaves.
But the bottom line is, if you're going to play the game, you got to play by their rules. If you don't play by their rules, they're going to throw you out the game.
Use the game analogy again. I didn't quite get it.
Well, you look at the federal government. The
Hold
federal
on, sir. I'm on the
government says,
sidelines.
You're going to play by my game.
Get up to the plate.
If you don't play by my game, you're going to go to jail.
That's right, because the ball's in your court.
That's right, sir. You're hitting home run with this one. Go ahead, go.
That's right.
Go ahead, go.
Have a good day, guys.
All right,
No lion team.
2-8 on the punch-out thing. What's up with Abraham Lincoln?
So what's AIDS, and I hope you get
No,
it.
he instituted the first income tax.
Did he?
Yeah.
For what reason?
For the war effort.
Just for the war.
The civil one.
Yeah, the civil one.
That civil one.
Yeah.
I heard, though, it wasn't back then you just got taxed on what you owned. Like, they taxed you. The assessor came around, assessed what you owned.
Or who?
And then... God damn. And then you'd have to pay a tax on it. But then it turned out somebody's bright idea to tax what you made, like your earnings.
Yeah, the what is it? The 20-something amendment. 17th. 17th?
No, he doesn't know.
You wait with it. Let's go to Sean in North Carolina. Sean, what's up?
You got a handful of these nuts that say, well, you don't have to pay taxes. Who's going to be the first dumb motherfucker to jump off that cliff? It's illegal, and I'm not paying it anymore.
Well, Doug kind of went down that road.
Well,
I mean,
here's what you do is you buddy up and you get Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern and Bob and Tom and every fucking morning fucking show around the country, and you all get together and go, hey, let's put our bullshit differences aside and let's get everyone to go, hey, fuck you on April 15th and start a big fucking trend like that. That's how you do it.
Did you
have
put
Dane
us in
Cook
the
put out
same
a bulletin
category
on-
as Bob and Tom?
And now Dane Cook, I'm saying too. And
Yes.
Larry the Cable Guy, they all put out a MySpace bullet and listen. And you get, how many would it take to get a fucking massive rally going on?
A couple hundred.
Not many.
Because you can't just have
get a
one
couple
guy
And now
saying,
we're all going to
"I'm
get
not paying."
audited just for
I
having this
know.
idea.
Oh,
yeah, well, that was
Just for
Doug's
saying
thing.
this
Yeah.
out loud.
Good
we
one.
think is crazy.
Good one, Doug Stanhope.
Way to go, Doug.
Social Security number.
And that's how you get a Ron Paul elected too.
All right, let's go to Keith in North Carolina. Keith?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, a guy that called from Houston, I used to live there, and the strippers in Houston have to go down to the Harris County Courthouse and get a license to strip.
Yeah.
They have to wear their real name and ID around their ankles, and if they don't have the license, they can't wear a thong. And so the ones without the license, they're probably going to put out because they can't afford the license.
Wait, strippers have a license now on their ankles?
Yeah, they have to wear them in Houston. They have to wear them with a picture ID, and if they get pulled over by the cops, they have to show them the driver's license and their SOB license. They call it the SOB.
But the hardest part about the stripper license is getting your abusive stepfather to come down and have his photo taken.
That is weird.
Cop pulls you over. He's like, your name and bruised eye, please.
Keith in Louisville, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I just got back from El Paso, and we got hit with that $5 stripper pole tax.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Yeah, so we just went across to Juarez, Mexico, and watched a stripper jack off a donkey for like $5.
That's just to get them to run. That was their ride. This isn't even a show. It's just how you crank start your ride home. Donkey won't budge.
Donkey tax.
You don't want to be like that. You don't want to add the percent.
Well, were you guys scared? I mean, I just read that
This is
statistic.
hot.
Yeah.
1 in 4 girls has a sexually transmitted disease. Are you worried about that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't
yeah,
believe
Simeon,
that, by the
what
way.
about you?
Well,
I don't fucking believe that.
school, you're in health class. It's more like safety.
Ooh.
Oh, that's how they teach you,
so
yeah.
Her vagina is
I think
sideways.
at the whole sex part, you learn from your friends. With health classes, it's more like safety rules, and so if you take it into consideration, like if you pay attention in those classes.
When you guys had the talk, the ones who had it, did you already know what your parents were telling you? Was it old? You're like, I knew that
This
before.
is Teens
Yes?
Talk Sex.
You knew it. You already knew it. Okay, what about you, Mike?
Well, my mother had to talk with me. It was very detailed and it was very long as well.
She called it a cock.
I can never forget about that
Now,
day.
if you spread the lips before you lick it.
So did she
Always remember,
say,
pinky in the asshole, Michael.
But like in more detail and graphic manner.
Right. Okay, so you were saying that you pointed out, Sunyan, that a lot of you learn from your friends. Is that where most people learn about?
Yeah, with me, like I learned from friends, school, movies, TV. Like
Why does he look like
basically
Sam
put
and sound like
pieces of
Louis
the puzzle
Black?
together.
Guy's giving me creeps.
Are you afraid, given all the I don't know, all the diseases and stuff you can get, and girls getting pregnant, are you afraid of having sex?
Not if you're safe about it.
Not if you're safe about it.
Shut
How
up.
about the back?
You're not safe about it.
Not afraid about it, just be very cautious. When I talked to my parents, it wasn't about like the sciencey stuff like that. It was more how to treat people. And like I had two sisters, so like they're like
Something
the
tells
way
me
you treat your sisters is
he's
the way
not
you're
having
supposed to
safe
treat,
sex.
all
If
the
the
girls
glory
that you're
hole
with.
is plywood,
Let me ask you this. Did you
sandpaper
feel
at
closer
first?
to your folks after you had
wanna
the
be
talk?
safe.
Because one of the things they
You got the splinters.
big discussion, you feel a stronger bond.
Do you?
Did you have that?
I think it's like a trust issue, like
Yeah.
with anything that you have. Like if you're at a party and you get picked up, it's that kind of trust issue that you know that you can talk to your
This
parents.
guy's
You
a
can go to them
bottom.
for anything.
Right. Polly?
With me, it's kind of different. It's not like they just sat me down and like told me all the facts, but it was more like with how I was brought up and with like my culture and everything.
You said your
So-
parents were pretty strict, right?
Yeah, and like, but they're not strict like in
Eighth
that.
grade.
Like they teach me things so I know like what not to do, and they don't need to sit me down.
All right, this is bullshit.
Nice.
This guy's saying there's no poll tax in Texas. Kevin from Houston.
You know Don King in Austin?
I've never heard of that tax. I've never seen it. I go to strip clubs quite a bit, and plus they don't wear IDs around their ankle.
So that's all bullshit with the IDs around the ankle?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Wait, what does Stan got on this? Stan's looking up some research here.
I don't. Oh wait, no. This says they're fighting it out. So let me get a more updated thing.
Oh,
because hopefully the fight's over. No, it looks like Texas adds poll. Yeah, Fox News. Texas adds poll tax to strip clubs.
Wow, poll tax? What the fuck?
Maybe they include it in the door fee. I don't know.
Tax enough.
They just want some of that strip club money, man. Because there's a lot of cash in the strip clubs.
A lot of cash moving back and forth.
So, like, fuck that. We want our piece. That's all it's about, really. They just want their piece of the action. Donovan the trucker, what's up?
Well, yeah, that guy in Austin's out of his fucking mind. It's $5 to get in, and that's the tax. And they make them wear the thing on their ankle or on their thing. I live down in San Antonio. My sister-in-law is a bartender. $580 for the fucking stripper license, the SOB.
$580?
$580, and
that's why you start stripping.
You can only show titties without a license, but you can't wear a thong. So the girls who don't show titties and just get out there and dance with a bikini on don't have the license. And they have to wear shoes. You can't be barefoot either unless you have the license.
Oh, what the
It's a health issue. It's a health issue.
And they're fighting it, yes, so I don't know if it's all the way in effect, but yes, it's fucking real.
Who's thinking this shit up?
Do you know,
Who's coming up with this shit?
Because no one in Alaska right now, my best friend's a bartender up in Alaska. In Alaska, they have the cops going into bars undercover.
He serves hot toddy, please. I'll have a hot toddy. Give me a hot toddy.
Give me an HT, please.
They got undercover cops going into bars in Alaska and looking for drunk people and then pulling them out of the bar saying who overserved you. We could arrest you for being drunk in public, but we want to know who overserved you. And they just point out a bartender and they take the bartender out in cuffs.
Wow.
This
in
is Alaska. Last frontier. Wild, yeah. Which it used to, not a handful of years ago, 5 years ago, there were whorehouses. There were 6 whorehouses. I could stumble out of the bar that I played and go fuck a whore. And now it's all done. Now you're fucking getting arrested for
Alaska?
Yeah. It's fucking
Saw that
terrifying. In Texas, they were pulling people out of bars. 2 years ago? For just randomly drunk in public, arresting them. Hotel bar. They arrested, I guess, some...
A hotel bar?
Yeah, one of the bus was a hotel bar, and they arrested a woman for being drunk in public. This
She
shit's
must have
going
been
down like little
fucking
bits
ugly.
everywhere. It's
ugly as sin.
She must have just been blowing
Big,
guys
fat
in the
drunk.
lounge or
Yeah, what was
something.
she doing?
Come on. I mean, I want to go with you, Doug, but she must have been just doing some
Listen, you
horrific shit.
motherfuckers!
Right.
But I mean, the fact that they would
Opening up her
attempt-
asshole
Bitch,
nice and wide for anyone that's around.
The fact that they would even attempt that shows
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah, I
they
hear you.
had this thing in place.
She was letting all the bar patrons eat peanuts out of her pussy at the bar. She kept her legs open and had doodads in it.
Shooting them out at patrons.
I've never gone to a Holiday Inn hotel lounge and go, hey, this place is way too rowdy. Let's go somewhere quiet.
Yeah.
Why would you go to a Holiday Inn hotel lounge unless you went to see Voss perform on New Year's Eve?
He's not even here. Rich.
Stupid Rich Voss.
Go fuck yourself. You and your tumor. Steve,
God.
what's going on?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Hey.
Hey, I know this is an old question, but if this government's so money hungry for everything, what if they legalize pot just for the tax money?
No one's ever said that before in their life.
Wow.
That's not a bad idea.
No, he's
Wow, that's an amazing idea.
Hey, the guy admitted right off the bat that he knows this is an old thing.
I didn't hear him say that
It's a
part.
defeatist argument. I hate when they do that. Hey, why don't we
Thanks, Doug.
legalize prostitution and tax it, and we can wipe out and legalize drugs and tax? How about legalize them and don't tax them? You're already caving in ahead of time. Those things should be legal anyway because you own your own fucking body. So don't already offer up a tax before you start fighting.
And people are under the impression that if they legalize pot and tax it, everyone's going to be driving around. Da, 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 da,
Right.
Yeah, da, 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 da. It's just going to be another thing that's taxed. They're not going to have a balanced budget anyway.
money, yeah.
That they waste the money on. You're not going to see it. It's not going to be, hey, look,
It'll be
the
another
fucking
federal program.
Look at this. We got the pot tax check that we just received from the government today.
Hey, if we discovered alcohol like this year, in the year 2008, you think it would be legal? I was thinking about this because, like, pot and pot is evil.
Salvia, they're trying to
but pot
make
is
illegal.
evil, right? But recently, I was in Huntington for the St. Patty's Day parade, right? And by 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday, the whole fucking town was so goddamn ripped.
Yeah,
people were almost getting
yeah.
run over by cars. Girls were stumbling around the streets, passed out on the side, trying to eat pizza, trying to get their shit back together. And you're like, this shit is legal.
There's no way
and I don't
pot
give
gets
a
you more
crap.
fucked up
that's
than booze.
That's what I'm getting at. You
Doesn't
look at what
happen.
the alcohol has done in this country. What's the big deal about the pot?
Well, the money already has roots in alcohol. It's like tobacco. It's too ingrained into society where that money is already
Right. And
part
they
of
tried.
the ruling
Well,
class.
same thing. They tried to make it illegal, and that didn't work out too well.
With what? What?
Prohibition.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And it
Of course.
spawned
If Pablo
organized crime like a
Escobar-
motherfucker.
If Pablo Escobar had been elected as senator before they found out what he was doing, then maybe
Yeah, right.
cocaine would have a way better shot of being legal because he's part of the ruling class.
Same thing with cigarettes. If all of a
Yeah.
sudden we discovered cigarettes today,
Right.
would that ever be legal? Are you kidding me?
No. And salvia divinorum, which is a hallucinogen that's like a 10-minute high that you wouldn't do recreationally. I did it once, and it ruined the natural buzz I had going. Like, started drinking, and then I smoked some salvia, and they're trying to make that illegal. And it's just because kids are doing it. Like, kids will spin around in circles till they throw up just to feel differently, you know? Just any kind of high.
They'll make that illegal, though, eventually, you know.
Yeah,
Because they can't tax it.
Stop spinning.
Yeah,
Tase you.
I want my spin tax, and then I'll let you spin all you want. Yeah, but it's just crazy because you see, like, alcohol. They glorify the shit out of that, and it's like
It's probably one of the most dangerous drugs you can be on, and you could buy it anywhere,
and it's advertised
Great
everywhere. I mean, St. Patty's Day is next week, and right here in New York City, you're going to see so many fucking drunks getting the shit kicked out of them. All sorts
puking
of
in the streets.
All sorts of crazy
Wonderful.
shit's going to happen.
And if, again, like methamphetamine, people, it's rampant where if you offered them better drugs, like you gave them mushrooms were out there, people would do mushrooms.
Do that. Don't need to look like you took a shotgun blast to the head.
Yeah.
Fucking crystal meth.
Give them better drugs.
Let's say hi to Dave in Chicago. Dave, what's up?
Hey, Doug is absolutely right. What they started doing down in Texas a couple years ago, they send undercover cops into bars and they target people and they watch them for about an hour and then see how many drinks they've had, and then they go up to them and make them blow on a breathalyzer, not by their actions, just by you know, the math. You know, how much they had to drink in an
They're
hour.
doing it in
and then they
Fairfax,
blow in the
Virginia?
breathalyzer, and then if they'll take them in for Czech Republic if they blow more than the .08.
What the fuck?
I blew into a breathalyzer on last weekend, and I wasn't pulled over or arrested. It was recreation. It was like fun, just for fun.
Where was it?
And
some of the bars have it.
No.
In the men's room.
Yeah, fuck. There was no breath. And
where was it?
I really can't.
Oh,
say.
I know what you. All right, I know where you're going.
I was fucking drunk, and I blew a 7.07 and maybe 2, something like that. It was definitely not.
You're still
drunk.
legal then.
I was
at that
still
point,
legal.
right?
I could have driven, and I was fucking hammered.
Wow.
It made me confident though. Next time I have a good buzz on, I'm just gonna hop in the car.
You
and
guys
drive home.
Do you guys remember the bars that had the breathalyzers in them?
Yep.
And it just made you drink more because then you and your buddies are trying to see who could.
It was a
blow up.
contest.
Yeah. They actually put it in bars like as a responsibility to so you could like.
Yeah, and then you want to get high score. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you replace high
Yeah.
score instead of like using it responsibly.
Dude, you're a fucking pussy.
Someone
What
gave
the
me one of
fuck?
those pocket breathalyzers to carry around, and we brought it down to Costa Rica with us. I was blowing like 3 times the legal limit when I woke up. Like 8 hours sleep, and I'm blowing like
damn.
0.24.
Oh,
Those are some long nights.
Oh, that is funny.
Damn. That's got to be a massive
But
hangover.
it makes you realize, like, how many times was I driving over the limit the next day?
Oh, yeah.
Like, thinking that's just a hangover you're smelling.
There are
you're still
times
hammered.
like driving in the morning when
Yeah.
you're like, oh boy,
Yeah.
I'm still fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Should not fucking be driving.
All right. Wow, a lot of phone calls. We'll go right back to the phones. Having a fine second half here on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, just had to get there and talk about something.
Big, huge
That's
comeback.
what radio's about. If you ask me.
Yeah. Doug Stanhope at Caroline's all weekend long here in New York City. 212-757-4100. Yes, Jimmy.
Who?
Oh,
Regular Joe?
Regular Joe has something.
Yeah, well, I do radio, but people tell me I got a face for radio.
I know it's Regular Joe, Jimmy. Fine.
I do radio, but people tell me fantastic. Regular
Fool
Joe
me
stinks.
once, shame on
Me?
you. But fool me, don't get fooled again.
With Doug Stanhope really doing a great job today. He's going to be at Caroline's here in New York City for the rest of the week and weekend through
Tonight through
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yes, 212-757-4100. Doug is just a hilarious guy. His comedy's awesome.
Thank you very
You got
much.
rave reviews. I think it was Showtime, not HBO, right?
Yeah, it's
Showtime.
It's one of those things that everyone emails you and goes, "Hey, great HBO special," and you're like, "Poor Showtime." Like, HBO has such a good reputation, or Showtime has a bad rep. Anyway,
It's still up on demand?
yeah, I guess so.
Last time I checked
keep
a
getting
week or
emails.
two ago.
I don't get
Okay.
that on demand, but I keep getting emails.
On demand is the only way to go. So check out Doug Stanhope on demand on Showtime.
Well, I want me and Doug to go out on tour, and I can just picture the poster of us, like, both standing there with a split down the middle of the poster, and we'll just call it a couple of jokers.
Wow. that itself.
We got to bring something.
hats.
We got to bring something to everyone's attention. We have a very big crowd on the bleachers out there.
Yeah.
We usually get a couple people. Every once in a while, you get a nice crowd, but in general, it's a few here, a few there. But today, I'm like, wow, we got a full house, man. The word must be getting out about this show.
That's right. It's a fun program to come and watch.
Right. So, and then I'm looking around and I noticed, no offense, but most of the ladies, very, very, very big tits. The ladies have big tits. So then I'm thinking, full house, ladies with big tits. Something's going on. So then I...
How about Full House ladies?
Huh? Yeah, ladies in
That's
right.
odd right there.
Yeah, and too many women in general. You're right, Anthony. So during the break, I go, why are you guys here? I mean, we're flattered, but why? And I found out the reason they're here is that they're assuming that we're doing the coin cleavage contest today.
Assume.
Well, then
they're assuming that we're doing.
And then I dug a little deeper and found out that we canceled the coin cleavage contest, but for some reason they don't know that we canceled the contest because they're here from all over the place. Right? Where did you guys come from? Boston, I heard? New York. She came from Boston.
Oh, my God.
Huh?
Last night from Boston.
You came in last night from Boston
Yes.
just for the coin cleavage contest. And how big are your boobies?
38 triple D.
See?
Wow.
Now, what exactly? How does this contest work?
Well, the
I
girls
fuck all
were-
their tits.
One that doesn't get AIDS wins.
You get the amendment for the rules in the email.
We're just gonna pour like a bucket of dimes, and the girl just using her boobs tries to collect as much as possible. No
All right.
hands. I mean,
All
you
right.
could use the hands to push the boobs together.
Sure.
So that's why everyone's here today. Now, why are they here if we cancel the contest, Steve?
Yes.
Scroll.
Let me see.
Let me check.
I know, believe me, I don't like their breasts either.
I told Steve to stay close, and we can't even get
Why
that
don't
right.
you just
we
show
can't even
your
get
tits?
that
Like,
right.
Why make it clever? Just show your tits, and we'll say your name on the radio, because that's all you want is your ego fed, and we would just want to see your tits.
Did anybody show their
Why make a
breasts?
game out of it?
All right, good. Par for the course.
Steve?
No one.
Let's do it like it's factory work.
Now,
all right.
now, as the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony show,
Yes, sir.
if we canceled the contest, why are the contestants here today?
Apparently, somebody on staff didn't listen when I told him to stop taking
boy.
requests.
Someone on staff.
Someone on staff who isn't here today. So
So Travis was still taking requests?
Travis was still taking requests a good 2 weeks or a week and a half after we canceled the stupid thing and took all the promos off the air, took all the information off the websites. took
Unfortunately, Travis isn't here today, so it's very good to use him as a scapegoat.
I have the email exchange.
All right.
We have it?
Yes.
Dan.
The smoking gun.
Steve C. to pretty much everybody. Kill the promos for coin cleavage. We're not doing the contest.
Shazam!
To which Travis replied,
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Any specific reason? I have possibly up to 4 people to have confirmed.
Okay.
We're going all gay.
We're doing it with balls.
To which our talented salesman
Batwing basket contest.
Will basically replied, we could go either way. And he said, if we don't have contestants, we can make something else work. And if we do, we can do it. And that was the last email.
If we do, we can do it.
If we have enough people, we can do it. Otherwise, we can figure something else out.
Not a lot of LOLs in that
I
exchange.
know you guys are talking about tits, but up here on the Today Show, they're showing you how to make a useful decor out of colorful thread spools.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. God, women, what are you doing, women?
This is why we canceled the titty contest.
And a candle holder, a votive.
A votive, same thing. Just take a piece of paper, a color that you like, or you can get a piece of beautiful Chinese rice paper,
And then you can
anything
dump
like that.
dimes
This one I
into
just
it.
took, and with a hole punch some holes around the edges.
Guys should come out and punch a hole in her face.
Use some double stick
They
tape
wonder
and
why
then
we
just
don't
put a
want them
pillar
running the
candle
fucking
in it, and
country.
it makes for a really nice
You
table
irrelevant dope,
decorating.
you
Lit. It looks
Fiddling
really
with thread
beautiful on the
spools.
inside from the
You're
outside.
decorating
I imagine.
candle
Now, this-
holders.
I love this idea
It's just-
because so many of us are always looking for that
This is
great
why there'll
like
be no
pastry or
tax
cake
revolution.
holder, and
Yep.
you say this is a great way to use that same thing, the vase.
Take it, and here's a vase of a different
shorter one,
size, so
right?
you
Put
can
a
do the
cake
exact
on
same
it?
thing. Take a glass plate, or you can even put a regular plate on it, especially if you have a big enough cake that you won't
fucking
see. And
plant
then you
smell
either
over your
take
cake?
double stick tape if it becomes a little loose or you're worried about it. Just tape it to the top, or you
I'm
can
not
use
worried
those
about it.
stronger adhesives.
Basically,
Put
they're
your cake on
taping
top, and then
a
you
plate to a
really
jar.
elevate the ordinary.
That's gorgeous.
And then you can
So,
make a cake
maps.
holder out of it.
Moving over
I'll
here
go
to
on this
maps.
side, you go
All right.
on that
And
side.
this is
Wow,
actually a
broads are
great way,
dumb.
How
say,
about a diaphragm?
to
Let's
do
put
something,
cupcakes in
you know,
that.
to celebrate
If
a
you have
family
a
vacation with the
big-headed
pictures that
freak
you have here.
to put
Right, so
pins
it's
in a
just,
map.
this is a Xerox.
This is
You
the
can go to
Rocking
Kinko's
Tennis
or any
map.
copy store and Xerox a map. And
This
the only
is what
reason I did that so it's
happens
in black
when
and
men
white.
aren't
And
in
then
the
you take
room.
a yellow
This is the type
highlighter
of
or whatever color
crap that goes
and
on.
trace your trip, and then just
That-
float
they look
the
at a map
frames
and they
in it.
color
So
it in
it
like
this.
commemorates the whole trip.
that's a good
And it's
idea.
just a great way to store
Yeah.
your mementos from that
Yeah.
trip.
So instant artwork and
Yeah.
you know, very
Yeah.
personal
To
I
take
mean,
it
a
around
lot
on
of
a
people
shop.
aren't using
That's
maps
great.
anymore because
Our
we've
trip
gone
was
to
just
the
to the
GPS
Hamptons.
system.
That's
So
as
you've
far
got
as
all
we've
these
gone in
leftover
our
maps.
life.
Or it's a short-
And
it's
that
a
thing
short
just
thing
take
with the
cans,
abortion
clean
clinic
them out.
marked
This
off.
was just a
Or
soup
marked
can,
off.
take the top off,
Fucking
cut the
tear
map
stained
with
map.
double stick tape to tape it to
Tear
kids.
stained
It's great
map.
for a kid's room or anywhere just to put
Pencil
pencils.
holder,
This
pen
is
holder,
the trail we
and then
call the
boxes, 2
root
boxes
boo hoo
of
hoo.
buttons flying around. You can toss them most times.
And this is also, you can also do with this with the memorabilia from your
This is
trip.
what women
So
do when
a
guys
great
aren't
way to
around. They
store
just do
the
arts and
map,
crafts and wait for us to get home from work.
Find where you went. Just wrap it like you would a package.
What'd you do
You're
today,
fucking
honey?
kidding me?
I put a map around a
Reinforcing the corners
shoebox.
with tape, just because
Oh.
they will tend to
And she'll
rest.
show him that, and he'll have fucking oil on his fingers,
but it makes a great
and he'll
way
just
to
want to eat, and dinner won't be ready because she's been doing arts and crafts. Tedious bitch.
What the graphic said was how to make useful decor out of useless items, and now there's maps are useless to women.
And maybe put placemats for
Gotta
every
make
day.
something out
Or
of
if
the
you just
woman.
want to do paper disposable, you go to MapQuest, print this out.
Oh,
You're
wow.
going on a trip, just put it down in front of the
You
kids
make
for
a
dinner
map
and say,
into a
look, this is where
placemat.
we are.
That's good. That's wonderful.
Or you could use the New York
and really
Times.
quickly, we'll just mention these things down
All
here.
right.
Other
That was
uses.
Ass Cave.
Placemat.
Lemon party.
Guys, listen to them for 5
Toothbrushes are useless.
Hold on,
too.
listen to them for 5 seconds. It sounds like white noise.
And you just put the felt tips, and then if you've got a little saucer, makes a beautiful soap dish.
Beautiful.
When you've broken the teacup.
Great ideas, Elizabeth Mayhew,
Thank
as
you.
always.
They're fucking
How-to.
horrible ideas.
When we wouldn't know what to do.
This is a
We
toilet,
come
also
back
known as a
another
giant
way not
soup
to
bowl.
break the bank.
Can't shut your mouth.
Well, they're gonna have nail filing tips next. That's great.
Oh, it's great.
Fucking hundreds of millions of people are watching that shit.
And those are the people that vote.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we're all fucked.
Coin cleavage. So I'm
Wow.
hearing now that promos were running last week for coin cleavage there, Steve.
How to make a drinking cup out of a stroke victim. Just fill Nana's mouth with half and half and tip her to the left. Should have cut one joke sooner. All right, good. Go.
Steve.
I got
Yeah.
greedy.
Fan, when did I send that email killing the promo? I don't remember.
7 days ago.
So 7 days ago, we stopped running the promo, and
This is what the problem is with the Opie and Anthony show. We have fine listeners that have driven from all over the fucking place because they thought a contest was going on. We got the guy whose responsibility it is in the end to make sure like these people are informed that they shouldn't drive all night long to get down here. And Steve is just kind of laying back in his seat going, when did I kill that promo?
I have a...
It just amazes me. You should be cracking some skulls.
No, and some skulls will be cracked because this is not supposed to happen. I have to be able to take it for granted that when I say something, it's going to get done and not thrown down on the pay no fucking mind list because someone else is eager to get home.
Who's eager to get home?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just using that as a generalization.
Think someone's eager to get home?
Honestly, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But I have to
He doesn't know because he's not here.
Exactly. I was on my way home.
I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home.
I think maybe some of the confusion was Travis was curious as to why, and that never got fully addressed.
But it's
tell Travis in his fucking curiosity to fucking curl up on an Afghan like other cats and do what he's told.
It's called contest over. Tell everybody to go home.
But why? No.
Do it.
But they're here, Steve.
It
So
wasn't.
now what?
It was.
Now what? Now what happens?
Who wants to show their boobies?
Throw quarters at them until they leave.
Let's fucking wait quarters at them.
Who wants to show your tits for $1?
No, not you.
Got a guy.
Hey, where's the fucking broads that were on the end here?
Less the $5 poll tax.
Where'd they go?
Any no, now that they realize there's no contest, they're slowly leaving.
Where's that girl going?
Where's she?
Are they?
What's happening?
Patty, what are you here for?
I'm just visiting. What the fuck is this? A social club?
Patty, Ron and Fez don't start until noon. You're here early, I guess. All right, Steve. Good job by everybody.
Yeah.
What can I tell you? It's just amazing.
People show up for a contest that we canceled.
Can we have a contest like off the cuff? Let's have some kind of contest.
All right, Jimmy's going to think up a contest.
Yeah, well, is Will here?
Yeah.
Do we have the funds for a contest? He's working on it.
How much are they supposed to get?
He's talking to the stockholders.
They're supposed to get pieces of
Yeah, we had chunks of 2,500 to give away.
Yeah, someone is suggesting, Steve, that there should have been a no coin cleavage, don't show up promo. To really get the word out.
All right, guys, I gotta go. We gotta play in the
Sam, what's your responsibility in this?
He's got a plane.
I am not given any responsibility for coin cleavage. I'm bottom of the totem pole.
They were gonna use his hair to hold the dimes in.
We had
all I had on that.
We had the
And it
we had
wasn't
the
much.
first
Go
coin
ahead, you
cleavage.
talk.
I'm interrupting.
No, it doesn't matter. It was a bomb anyway.
Oh, good.
Just drove through the dust. Go ahead.
I'm actually enjoying this new character, Casual. I don't give a shit, Steve. Yes, go ahead, Casual. I don't give a shit, Steve.
It's
a new guy I'm working on. It's called On My Way Out the Door.
It's called Shoot Me in the Head, Please. I've run out of reasons to live.
All right. Well,
was that bad? That was bad. No.
Were you hoping for? Oh, Steve, come on.
Come
That's
on.
not that bad.
Come on. No, not at all. Actually,
we all looked at Anthony like, which gun are you going to use?
Yeah, exactly. Believe me, I'm praying for a fucking crazy gunman to walk in here and kill just me, not everybody else.
Oh,
thank you.
Exactly. We're all on the same
We had
page.
fucking walked on.
Hold
With a
on.
mouthful of fucking shit, he says.
Hold on. Andy from Jersey, yes.
Andy?
Hey, what's going on, dudes? That stupid coins cleavage thing is still on the Foundry Music website.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
People say yes, it is.
Oh, no.
Why would I make
Hold
that
on, hold on. We got a girl that saw it for herself. Thanks for the.
Thank That's what I called
thanks
Travis
for being a tattletale.
Hold on. Get in here, whore.
Was it in your browser?
Sam, why don't you talk to that lady out there?
What was that?
All right, I looked up the whole thing last night to make sure I wasn't going crazy that it was today, and I found the rules on Foundry.
Oops.
Yes. Oops, he says.
I took the main link off of opieandanthony.com, and I figured people would fucking just forget about it.
Oh, but they went right to Foundry.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Go figure. Anyway.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So
I
anyway.
believe it.
Keep talking. Don't mind me.
Okay. So we had the first promo, which was coin cleavage. Nobody showed up. Then we had the "You're fucking idiots" coin cleavage contest, and then nobody showed up, and nobody emailed Travis. And now we have the day of, and everybody's here. I don't understand that.
Interesting. Not really interesting.
No,
as a matter of fact, not interesting at all.
Thank you.
No.
I was just
a complete
talking
lack of interest.
This contest could be over in the amount of time we've talked about it.
Yeah.
We don't have the dimes, Doug.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
All we needed was cups full of dimes.
Well, considering you're the executive producer, once again.
Use potato chips. Why is it going to be dimes?
In lieu of.
This is just wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Who gives a shit,
It
right?
happens.
Doesn't matter.
Catch a
What are you
big
gonna do?
shiny bird.
Hey.
Where are you off to, Jimmy?
I got to go to Denver, man. We got an early flight. Like, not early, but I got to be out of my apartment before 12
Yeah.
to catch that big shiny bird.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
catch it. Just wait for it at the airport.
Well, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I mean, be a safe flight. Regular Joe says.
Hey, Godspeed.
Hey, from your lips to God's ears.
I've been trying to call.
Pilot's ears first. Regular Joe kids.
I've been trying to call Don for the last 2 minutes. Why would he pick up a phone? All hell's breaking loose. Why would you be somewhere where we could get a hold
He's
of you?
in meetings.
Yeah, that's everyone's excuse down there. All right. Well,
I got a
I'm
contest
sorry
you
for the
can play.
ladies with the big tits that showed up
Doug,
today.
hold on. Doug has a contest.
I got a
Yes.
contest you
No.
can play. It's go to MySpace/Doug Stanhope and see if I'm playing in your town, and if I am, you can buy tickets.
Ooh.
That's kind of like the contest I was going to suggest. Let's see who out there can do the best job of tonguing my balls.
Oh, wow.
And you win
All
nothing.
right. I'm in.
You win oniony breath.
All right. Well,
seeing you,
Poe,
buddy.
could you get my truck?
let's say hi to Turtle.
Thanks.
Turtle, whackbag, what's up?
Getting out of here. Got shit to do.
Yeah. Turtle.
And that's how you executive produce.
And that's how you executive produce.
Line of the day. Let's get the fuck out of here. Line of the day is brought to you by BodogFantasySports.net. They've got $1 million up for grabs in the Bodog Bracket Buster game. If you think you know college basketball, head over to BodogFantasySports.net. You can win some money. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
Yeah. Can I give a word of advice to white girls? You should never be saying boo unless you're a ghost or watching Bob Kelly perform.
Stupid. That's a good one. Damn funny.
Steve is a lying motherfucker. That's coming in a lot, man. CM Mark from Whackbag.
What did Mark say?
He says, bull fucking shit. I know of at least 4 chicks that emailed into Travis and got responses from him. Steve is a lying motherfucker.
That's right.
All right. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
You told me she never lifted up her cheeks to wipe, so she just went back to front for 2 years?
I do think that's pretty.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I
didn't want to like it.
No.
Her vagina wore blackface.
Did you put out a promo that said that the contest was canceled, Steve?
No, we did not.
Oh, well, someone said you did. I was trying to help you out.
Nope.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
King Tut ruled the world at 11, and now
we saw how that worked out. Fucking, they changed his race and bashed his brains in and fucking wrapped him up in a giant tampon and shipped him around like a spectacle.
Yeah,
Tutankhamun was
and he still draws better than either of us.
I remember that.
Did you guys have fun out there?
Hey, listen up, motherfucker.
I tell you, you want to have fun with King Tut. Steve Martin has a funny song. You might
Oh,
wanna
my
hit on
God,
iTunes.
boy. Yeah.
Really well written.
How'd you get so funky?
Funky Tut.
Can you do the monkey?
He's my
Did you
favorite
read the book?
hunky.
Did you read the book?
Why would I?
No,
What's
why?
it say? The whole book should be called I remade Inspector Clouseau. Put a bullet in my fucking head by Steve Martin. Cunt.
So I needed to save my career. Why would you
Bring
do
him down
that?
the house.
All right, hey.
Oh.
Line of the day.
Is it good?
Oh, by the way, hold on. By the way, Eastside Dave lied on Ron and Fez yesterday.
Oh, he did?
It was true that I roughed him up in the streets of New York.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give him a little message, and we gave him a wedgie, Poe did, and we poured water all over him and pretty much destroyed his boxers. But at no time did he tell me that his uncle died.
Really?
Yeah, if I knew that, we probably wouldn't have poured the water on him.
Yeah. Just rough him up a little.
But I did rough him up, and it was the real deal. Right in front of everybody, we gave Eastside Dave a message. But he went on Ron and Fez and was playing with the sympathy thing, saying,
yeah, he'll
I
do
told
that.
those guys that my uncle died, and they went ahead and gave me the wedgie anyway, and that's just not true. Thank you. Here's your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
Hold on.
Well,
Hold on.
damn it.
Thank you. Frank in California.
This shit would happen.
We'll get there, Anthony. Frank.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, what the fuck, you guys? You come on the show like 9:25. You take a long-ass commercial break. You do an hour on XM. You know, a lot of us, there are still a lot of XM listeners, not just your stupid-ass fucking terrestrial radio, man. You piss a lot of us off, man. We like to fucking
Hey,
listen to you guys and your... Go on, man.
Frank. I gave you your moment. Let me tell you something. I would usually agree with you, but have you heard the last 10 minutes of this radio show? We obviously have nothing left in the tank today.
Come on, guys. I'm just saying.
And
man.
I gotta catch a plane.
We got shit to do.
I gotta catch a plane.
We got shit to do that is way more important than staying here.
I got a big shiny bird taking me somewhere.
Every day we stay here after 11. We're here 20 after, 40 after 11.
Where the
fuck you cocksucking dick fuck?
Yeah, where are the motherfuckers when we stay late?
Yeah.
Where's the praise for that?
Yeah. Why don't you call when we were fucking here at 11:30, 11:40? You cunt. Your mother's a cunt.
And why don't you call on those days that we started 9:15 instead of 9:25? All right, finally, line of the day.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Line of the day, line of the day.
Line of the day.
Right.
Hold on a minute.
Go, fuck. Get to it.
I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
Jimmy's punching out. He's got a big bird.
I got a shiny bird to take me to fine places.
Did you pack?
What? No, I'm not completely packed. Almost.
Oh.
I got to put a couple more things in.
Up his ass.
Yes. My fucking my NAMBLA publications and a few other things that raise eyebrows. I don't know if it matters to anybody, but Timothy is this month's feature. He's got a big cock for his age and hair like Geraldine Ferraro. Wow, good time to be funny. 10:53.
Wow.
He left on an up note.
Hey,
right
do we have
there.
that meatloaf thing? We'll play that for everybody. That'll get us to 11. Get that meatloaf.
While we're doing that, here is your line of the day.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, I gotta go. I swear, I gotta fucking go.
All right, go. No, I was just kidding.
Oh, jeez. Okay, go.
Stop.
Line of the day.
Wait a minute.
And go.
Hold on.
Here's your line of the day.
I got a plane to catch to
wait.
Caroline's.
Line of the day.
Hold on. I got to promote Doug Stanhope. He did a great job for us today.
All right. Stay tuned for Doug Stanhope's plug right after line of the day.
No, that's not how it works. Caroline's all weekend long here in New York City.
Line of the day.
The great. Hold on.
I'm sure they already have all bought tickets by now.
The great Doug Stanhope.
Sold out.
It's not sold out.
I'm kidding, of course. Buy tickets for Doug. He's very funny. Line of the day.
Here
Come on.
comes
Line of the day. Line of the day.
Sam?
I want to hear the other Kramer talk about the new governor.
Took a second.
Oh, I'm gay.
Hey, why did you turn off their mic? We would have got a good laugh on that line.
I don't agree with line of the day. I don't agree with line of the day.
What happened?
I think
Wait, what do I do?
the better line. Oh, sorry, they're fighting.
What are you talking
Cool.
about?
Punch him. Punch him in the face.
Wait, what happened, Sam?
I don't know. Steve just said I follow instructions like I comb my hair.
Oh, that means badly.
Yeah.
What happened, Steve?
I had a different line that I asked them to pull for the line of the day tag, and they put yet another one of me making an asshole out of myself.
Yes.
Which I generally.
Unfortunately, the line that you asked for, it was kind of like stepped on, and so it didn't sound
No, it
as
didn't.
good.
No, it wasn't. It was clean.
Did you isolate it to me? I heard it.
I can't wait for the mutiny. I can't wait to see who's going to be the new executive producer, because these guys are getting ready for a mutiny.
Oh, they're lining up.
What do you got? 10, 15 minutes? You won't have to wait too long.
Yeah, I think I think, of course, I should have won line of the day.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
But I think my Lincoln line, probably better than that one.
Lincoln.
That was the second biggest mistake that he made.
I think I stepped on that one. Yeah, I did.
Did you? No, I'm kidding,
Plus,
Doug. Of course.
time. We had to start line of the day a little bit sooner today.
Oh, good to get out.
So there was time.
That's okay.
constraints. So
That's good. I got one in the fucking, one in the what they call what do they call it? One in the can.
Yeah.
Thank you. One in the can.
Where's the meatloaf thing?
Oh, Steve's got one in the can too.
What?
Eric left it at CBS because you told me you didn't want to play it anymore.
Eric left it at CBS. Why would he leave it there? I didn't say we weren't going to play it again.
Yeah, that's what
I absolutely did not say that.
Oh boy, Eric.
Oh no, Eric. Oh no.
Play this.
E-Rock.
This guy's canceling his XM unless we get to 11.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Hold on.
Shut it.
Dexter.
Or not.
Dexter.
I hate that name.
You're,
It's the name of a
you're
dog that
canceling
should die.
XM? What's this? I thought it was at CBS.
It was. I just reburnt another copy.
Wow. That's
All right.
fast.
Well, we'll save this for tomorrow. What, you want? Dexter, what do you got?
Yeah. I'm canceling my subscription with XM.
You're canceling your, what?
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, y'all fucking suck.
Oh, Frunkus.
No, this is a
No,
real
ain't
one.
no fucking frunkus into it.
This is a
I've
real
had
one.
my XM for a while.
Just Frunkus us, please.
Well, if a million more of you do that, you'll...
Fuck. I could tell a Frunkus.
Elliot Spitzer.
Governor. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I can and will.
I don't even know where to begin. What is it, $5,000 an hour?
From those to whom much is given, much is expected.
What do you get for $5,000 an hour?
I have been given much. Words cannot describe the love and compassion they have shown me.
So you're just saying that maybe no condom.
I can and will ask no less. Thank you very much.
Where are you going, Elliot? E-Rock.
Eric.
Oh, they're fighting out there. This is wonderful. All hell's breaking loose. E-Rock, did I ask for Meatloaf on the Today Show, Meatloaf A&E Part 1, Meatloaf A&E Part 2?
All I heard was you said, where's the meatloaf thing?
No, I was asking for those other pieces of production.
Oh, my God. That's right.
Oh.
The ones with Kenny. And,
I was there the whole time. Of course it was. Jesus.
oh, wow. Hostility in here.
The fuck? Who's running this place?
Oh, now he can't find it. Make believe it's food. Just picture it as a sandwich. Oh, God, he's emptying things out. It's a catastrophe.
I went through those files.
This is how my late show drunk usually goes. There's no effort. There's a lot of dead air, and no one gives a fuck. I don't care.
We're gonna leave you with this today.
We're gonna leave you.
Actually, this is
people are throwing things.
Yeah, this is a Stephen S. from Bayshore request. I swear to you, he loves this thing. We put this together for Meatloaf. Tim and the gang did. It's Roland. No, it's Kenny and Steve.
Yeah.
Soon.
Not Steve.
Wood Ye, the old Wood
Yeah.
Ye. Did this for us in honor of Meatloaf coming by. That never happened, but for some reason, Steve S. from Bayshore likes this. We'll see.